Yo. Hey everyone, we're back. Back in the sack. I'm gonna refresh the stream real quick. And by stream, I just mean the video stream, and we should be back in action now. I think we have a solid like 3 hours of stream. And we can go from there. Sorry for the delay. I just had some food and now we're back. I don't know why I'm facing this direction. This is the more interesting direction right now. Refresh. I probably don't need to refresh this many times, so we're probably okay.
There's me right.
Oh shit. So the assassination attempt was yesterday actually. Shit. Okay. I had no idea. So we're gonna continue with the video, but I do want to hear about this attempt. Crunchyroll removed the ability to comment. That's crazy, dude. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, before this, I do want to hear about the feminist comment. That'd be funny.
Thought this would be funny.
All right.
Now. I'm not gonna say it.
He's not gonna say it. All right, we're back.
But
maybe next time.
Why would a strong, independent, educated, and powerful woman need a singles event? I bet men did show up, but women today don't see those types of men.
Greater potentates thingy. It's gonna be in key items, but I gotta sort by order of acquisition. $13 hefty volcano pot. Hefty furnace pot. Where's the volcano pot? Hefty volcano pot. Well, you gotta make it with gas stones. Creates a heat cloud, causing continuous and heavy fire damage. Craftable item using a capacious cracked pot. What does capacious mean? Throw it. A goodly amount of materials is sealed inside. Need more gas stones. Throw at enemies to disperse a searing cloud of heat, dealing continuous heavy damage to those caught inside for a short duration. I feel like this would be worth it to make. I just need more of those gas stones.
Chad doesn't go to singles events. Good men don't go either. It's a waste of time, energy, and money. For us bottom 96% of men, we can stay at home and be rejected for free. If my drinks ain't free, you won't see me. The men they want to meet don't need to go to singles events. They have plenty of options already and don't need to subject themselves to this. The goal of those events is loud
Smithing
and
7.
well, it's like if a guy has to pay more money to go to the events, and then there's not a lot of hot girls at the events, Like, if you at least go downtown, like, if you want to see, like, if you want to go to a place where there's hot girls, go to a fucking gym. Go to a club downtown. There's gonna be hot girls there. That's it. So if like, again, fish where the fish are. What are you doing? Gyms are insane. Yeah, there's plenty of hot girls at gyms. What are you talking about? I'm one of the biggest names in Warhammer. I've flown around the world for Warhammer conventions, and I can confirm that 99.9% male attendance rate.
Yeah.
And you want to know what that 0.1% is? Wives and daughters. Oh, I've got, you know, I've got her for the weekend, so she's gonna come with me to this event. Or like, oh yeah, I brought my wife here. See, look at this. See, honey, remember this? So these are the Tyranids. Because remember, like, so the God Emperor, and like then, because like the battle against like, so his son Horus, and like, yeah, that's the 0.1%.
These guys are
If
Smiths.
modern women were going to this event with an open mind, things would be a lot different for them. If they weren't too focused on finding Chad, they probably would be able to see other guys who could be a better fit for them, but their inability to look in other directions prevents them from seeing other guys. Then they ask why most of us are no longer interested in single events. Would they pay for an event where they have a 90% chance of being rejected? I bet they wouldn't make this financial mistake. Most guys wouldn't mind going to these events if things were different, but based on...
No, guys don't want to go to that kind of an event because it's weird. That's the reason why. It's just a weird event. Like, why do you want to deal with this shit being a bunch of other people? Like, it's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Yeah, I guarantee you these events are awkward. Like, guaranteed. This shit is so awkward.
What modern women are looking for. Most of us already know it's a lost battle, which makes going to a...
The thing is, like, I don't really feel a lot of awkwardness with stuff, but it's uncomfortable forced interaction. Yeah, but, like, I can tell. Like, if you guys... Like, I'm the kind of person that I try to make things less awkward, and whenever I make people uncomfortable, it's always on purpose. Like, I basically never make a person uncomfortable unless I'm trying to, which is a lot. But... that's it. And so, like,
for the most part, I agree. Yeah, it's kind of hard, or you don't intentionally make people uncomfortable very much. But you know, sometimes, like once in a blue moon, I make someone uncomfortable by accident. Like once in a, it's very rare, very extremely rare.
But I will see in situations where somebody says something that makes everybody uncomfortable, and they don't even notice it, right? And it's like, oh God, like I don't want to be there, right? It's like watching an episode of The Office, but it's real life.
single event a pointless move. This is all for today's video. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe.
Events are fucking weird, yeah. No, I think this is it's a huge factor.
I signed up for
and I don't think that there's going to be guys that are going to go to events like this because, again, if like you're a successful, good-looking guy, why would you do this? There's no reason. If you're a really attractive girl, why would you do this? You probably have guys talking to you all the time. And so where is the real audience here? Where are these actual people coming from? I really don't know. So yeah. Incel preaching? You think it's incel? This is like an incel thing? Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think
it's
that
kind
really,
of an incel thing.
I don't know if it's really I feel like, okay, so 100% this video, it's like, yes, there will be 100% incels that will watch this. I'll give it a like and I'll link you guys the video. But yeah, no, it definitely will have incels watching, 100%. But there's also girl incels. That's the thing. It's usually a cop-out reductive answer, though. And there are some things, like, I mean, the thing is with a lot of this stuff, incel YouTubers, incel bait, yeah, absolutely there's going to be some of them. But there's a lot of people like that themselves. There are. There's so many of them. Absolutely. And, like, if I was going to say why I think girls are femcells, I would get in trouble. And I say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I say a lot. Like, I go pretty far, but even that would be too much for me. Right? Yeah, I would get in trouble. But, femcell right here. Yeah, exactly. If I speak, yeah, there it is. And so, Oh, come on. Hey, I take it over the line enough already, okay? Why don't you just chill out? Yeah, time to get canceled? Yeah, there it is. The same mentality as incels? Sure. Incel's massively overused. Incel is usually used whenever it's referring to a male who criticizes a female. So, like, if you criticize a female, then you're an incel. It's pretty simple, right? So, yeah, go to this competition, exactly. And I do think that's happened a lot. It has. Give me 1 second. Hello?
I am out of
Okay,
items.
all right. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't get in earlier because you were quick to hang up.
Yeah?
On the single thing. There's a great lyric from an old song. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make an ugly woman your wife. Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of guys, they go to these things and they want to get laid by at least an 8. You know.
Yeah.
Well, lower your standards a bit, get laid, and then that's the hell with it. Yeah. That doesn't mean you're in some relationship with her. Just ignore the calls and that's it. If you want to go looking for 9s and 10s, you got to really step up your game. And if you don't have the 6 feet, you got to get the 6 digits or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact is that I've never been big. I was really like 6'9", 6'8.5" or something like that tops.
Yeah.
I'm not the best looking guy in the fucking world, and I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Not a females didn't want to be around me mostly.
Yeah.
But the ones that did, that was cool. They were outriders,
Yeah.
And they had a great time. But as I've always told you, there is a reason old Pa lives over here in this house, in this little house, all by himself. With the doors locked.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have a partner, and it's a partner, not a wife.
All right.
Little tip to pass along.
Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you later.
The lowering standards things just to get laid.
I get it.
Great.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yo.
Yep, see ya. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Partner, not wife. Yeah, true, definitely. Where's the rest of this? One of the video comments, enjoy the alcohol and the sisterhood of the unwifeable. Oh my god. Misandry is actually rampant in society these days. That's the reason why we're at where we're at. Well, it's because a lot of girls, so like here's the problem, right? It's that a lot of girls get these comments and they'll get guys that are like trying to talk to them. And they're so creepy and weird that, well, they don't want to deal with them. Yeah, of course, right? It's like if you want to hate men, make a dating app and pretend to be a girl and then just look at your DMs. You'll see why they hate men. It makes sense. Really, it does. Like, I can totally understand it. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip. Okay, all right. So, debate with a feminist on fake equality regarding drafting. Oh,
should women be drafted? This is in efforts to figure out if you guys are feminist or not.
This is the video.
Should women be drafted in the military?
Like, by drafted, do you mean like when you turn 18?
I just want to watch this video.
Yeah, so men have to register for the selective service. Currently, there's not a draft in the United States, but all men.
I think women should not be drafted for combat roles. I think being drafted for like being a cook or something like that, or like medical or something that's not combat related. It's probably okay, but I don't think women should be drafted for combat roles because men are bigger and stronger, and like a woman's not gonna be able to carry a man off the battlefield. It's just not gonna happen. Like maybe there's like 6 girls that can do that, but like on average, no, it's not gonna happen.
The United States at 18, in order to be able to vote and have other benefits, they have to register.
It's because men and women aren't equal, by the way. That's the reason why. Everybody knows this, but you've got some people, some 19-year-olds try to reinvent biology, try to reinvent the world. But no, men and women aren't equal. They never have been, they never will be. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Okay.
for the selective service, which would then make them subject to military conscription in the case that there was a military conflict which required a draft. So do you think women should be subject to selective service draft? Absolutely not. Okay.
I wouldn't even trust women to like fight our country unless that's like that's their thing. You know, like you're
What
like
did she
the
just
type
say?
of woman that you feel like you're stronger.
It's
and
really
stuff.
oppressive whenever they get some of these people on there, bro, because like, you know, you think about what is it that makes you think that you should go on a show like this and give your opinion about anything. Because like, you gotta know, man, if you this stupid, like you gotta know it somewhere deep down inside. You gotta have an idea that maybe I should fucking stop, man.
Like that, but I just feel like no.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, hold on. So you think they
The
should be
person
drafted?
bring on stupid women? Yeah, but like you act like, bro, you act like he goes out there with a burlap bag like Borat and goes and, whoa, I got you, bitch. All right, get on the podcast. What do you think about equal right? Who do you think should pay for a first date? Like, that's not what happens. No, they show up themselves. These are grown-ass women. These are grown-ass women. This is an adult. You go on there and you make a fool out of yourself, and it's like, yeah, they might give you the clown makeup, but you're the one putting it on.
Drafted based on how they
Fuck's
feel.
out of here.
No,
About-
no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it like willingly if you just want to.
She's saying if they want to.
You don't just really want to volunteer. Yeah,
If
yeah.
they want to volunteer, yes.
Yeah, but then yeah, just defeats
Which
the
is-
purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's what we currently have.
yeah, but I guess we should be drafted because I mean,
Okay. All right.
I mean, plenty of men don't want to join.
Okay.
Plenty of men, plenty of men, plenty of women. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
If we gotta do what we gotta do, I mean, yeah.
Now, here's the interesting thing. You guys both have different opinions on this. I still don't know which is actually like the actual feminist position. Because we'll have feminists who will argue it's actually, we had one last week with Andrew, who said, well, it's not equitable. It's not equity for women to be drafted. That's a whole nother thing. But what about you?
No.
No? Okay.
No, women should not be
Should
drafted.
not be drafted.
No.
But they should be paid equally in sporting events.
No.
Okay.
Well, of course they should be paid equally. Like, for example, I think women's gymnastics should be paid more than men's gymnastics. And I guarantee you that probably is what happens. Same with women's beach volleyball. I think that'll be paid. I think women's beach volleyball probably gets paid more than men's. I've just got a feeling about that. I don't know why. I just got an idea. And sure, of course, right? Tennis, maybe you're right. And but basketball. I don't think so.
No.
They shouldn't be drafted?
I don't think so. Well, yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, so everybody except Anza
Yeah.
said women shouldn't be drafted. But y'all want to be equal? So wait a sec. How are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all.
Okay, let's be real. This is like a nothing argument. It's just like fucking people just shitting on each other, and it's like Smith script dagger. It's just people shitting on each other, making fun of each other, but like ultimately it just kind of doesn't matter. Try up. Oh, shrew. Alright, I'll go. I don't know why I said that like that. I kind of regret it. That was cringe. Alright, I'm ending stream right now. But yeah. It's fun, but that's what it is at all. It's just fun.
The infrastructure, right? Like none of this stuff in the studio is built or maintained by women. You know that like 90% of infrastructure jobs are still held by men, and that if you look at the top 20 jobs held by women now in 2024 versus 1924 are almost the exact same. So women have had 100 years to do whatever they want, and they still do the same 20 jobs they did 100 years ago, other than We switched out farm labor for HR
Yeah,
work.
of course, right? Because because men and women are different, and men have like different proclivities towards things that women don't have. Like
Generally.
it's crazy to me. Like there's always, it's like I've seen this go on like my whole life. It's like these are like adults that, and they're young people, right? And so they don't really get it. They don't understand it. So it's like in their mind, they actually think that men and women are equal. Everybody know. Like, I mean, if you're fucking 30 years old, you know this is not the case. Like there are
Dagger engraved with a Smith script. Reduced mass enhances the effects of the smithing arts, allowing this weapon to function as a throwing dagger for all attacks. What? No way. What? Throwing blade? Once thrown, the dagger instantly reappears in the wielder's hand. What the Dude, these weapons are crazy. What? It scales with everything just a tiny bit. It scales with everything just a tiny bit, but mostly it's a dex weapon. But you need some intelligence to wield it. These weapons are crazy, dude. Piercing throw armament with a powerful spin, causing it to bore through foes. When using this skill, the armament can be thrown further than normal and also pierce through enemies. What the fuck? I can't use it, but... Holy shit. You just throw it. It's a throwing weapon. These weapons are so cool, dude. I want to play around with all of them. Oh yeah, when it shows up in your... Holy crap. Dude, I really want to play around with this weapon now. Dude, there's so many fucking cool weapons in this DLC, dude. I want to play around with all of them.
On average, like doing more than women, and this is always like, and the problem with these people is that I think that if you looked at the people that talk like this and think like this and go against what she's saying, the pink shirt girl, and you ask them to explain how statistics work, I think that they probably couldn't do it, because the majority
Not many
of
people
that
can.
talk and think about like the exceptions, the reason why they think about exceptions and they bring those up as contrary to like an overall rule is because they have a fundamental
Oh, I see. I see what this is. Some sort of pipe thingy. Oh, it's not gonna suck it out, is it? No. No. No way. What? What is this doing? Hey, look. Probably shouldn't have done that. I see. I see how this is. Okay.
understanding of statistics, right? They can't conceptualize how statistics work, and they don't understand averages because it's an abstract concept. And a lot of people just have trouble understanding abstract constructs because, you know, you look at the bell curve of IQ, and there's a lot of people that are like, you know, not so good. And so
I really need
the
bell bearings.
and especially if they're not.
I need to play around with these new
one
weapons.
example equals everything. Exactly. Yeah, they don't have the mental capacity. And it's like, you don't. Do you ever get mad at your Game Boy because it doesn't play Monster Hunter World? I don't. Do I ever get mad at my Xbox controller?
Oh, it's a mixing thing?
It hasn't 3D printed a cat girl? No, because it's just not programmed to do that. And so you can't go and get mad at somebody for doing something that they're just not set up to do. They're just never going to figure it out, man. And so that's all there is to it. I work in construction, I work with women. Yeah, they can do some jobs. We aren't putting a 120-pound girl on a job that requires somebody to lift a 4-inch rigged pipe. Yeah, exactly, right? And so, like, it's just, I don't think women, like, not every single job, even inside of things, I bet, like, inside of, like, an oil rig, there's probably a job inside of an oil rig a woman can do. Because there's probably a spectrum of physical activity that's needed.
Ancient dragon smithing stone. Let's go. Anvil hammer. What the fuck is this? Anvil hammer. It's a strength weapon. Deal some fire damage. Oh, the dagger is purely physical. Deal some fire damage. It's a somber weapon. One of the treasures of the ruined forges. A tremendous hammer that incorporates as its head the red-hot anvil of the forge. Oh, it is said that the anvil's shape is inspired by that of an altar. Just adjusting my mic, sorry. And that long ago it was indeed used as such in rite and ritual. Smithing, unique skills: smithing art, spears, slam red-hot amber onto the ground, setting up countless spears. As it is pulled out, the spears disappear instantly. Anvil is a red-hot anvil of the forge. It is said that the anvil shape is inspired by that of an altar, and that long ago it was indeed used in such a rite and ritual. Return to the entrance. You can return to the entrance right here. There's no boss or anything? Wow.
And there's probably one component of that you can put a person on and they don't need to do anything, right? Like, yeah, engineer, reception, cook, admin, filing papers, coffee, yeah, something like that, right? It's not a big deal. But, like, this idea that it's the exact same is crazy. And also that people have the same interests is crazy, too. Like, like, you look at video games, right? You look at Kingdom Come Deliverance. I wonder how many guys are playing that. Warhammer, how many guys are playing that? Like, you go and you look at Twilight, how many girls watch that? You go and you look at, you know, fucking Sex and the City, how many girls watch that? It's just that there's a different trend. Like, crazy to me that people don't understand this. Crazy.
But other than
the
that,
Sims,
secretaries, nurses,
Oh.
daycare ladies,
Yeah.
Early childhood education, administrative assistants, retail workers.
That's the whole
all
dungeon.
The same shit that we were a century ago.
And
So-
you know what the real fucking sad thing about this is that people look at childcare.
Ruined forge lava intake.
And they look at things like being able to, you know, provide and take care of a family, and they view that as inferior to being able to be in the military or something like that, like a physical activity. And the truth is that, like, you know, we need women to do that, and that's a great thing. And for a lot of you guys, you probably grew up with a stay-at-home mom, and I know that for me, right, at least my mom wasn't really a stay-at-home mom, she worked from home, so she was staying at home, so it's kind of the same thing. Like, that really enriched my life, and it enriched the life of everybody else around me, you know, all my friends, you know, like, and so this whole idea that it's like an inferior thing because you can't pick up a 150-pound brick, that's crazy. You can't go and carry a man out of battle like you're just inferior. No, that's not the way it works. It's never the way it works. And I just, it's sad for me to see there's such a, you know, there's such a dichotomy being created between, like, male and female dominated jobs, as if being a receptionist, as if doing admin work, as if, you know, helping people, you know, take care of their kids, like, as if this is a bad thing or it's inferior. It's absolutely not. It's never been inferior. It's crazy people would even say that.
Well, if the men are the ones tasked
It's sad,
with every time
honestly.
Helm of rank and file soldier. Soldiers of Mesmer's army. A pitch dark suit clings to it, much like the inner faces of the men who wore them.
Disaster, they have to go out and rescue people from
Yeah.
the fires and the floodwaters, and every time there's a war, the men have to go and fight it and defend the country. And anytime there's a criminal who needs to be violent,
You're right for the problem, but there's a lot of women that shame other women for doing that. Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's a saying for that. There's a song, and it's called "Hose Mad." Shut the fuck up. Who cares? You're gonna get mad on? Who cares? Why take it seriously?
be arrested. It's gonna.
Yeah, no, that's it. A female firefighter, imagine a hose on fire. Yeah, but there's a job that a female can do at a fire station, right? And so just because men and women can't do the same jobs doesn't mean women are like inferior. So y'all are generalizing? Of course you're generalizing. You have to generalize. To talk about anything in like in a general sense, you have to generalize. And also, like, let's be real, like, you can be generalizing, but very few times is there gonna be like a woman that's gonna be able to pass like the Navy SEALs fucking training regiment, right? The one that's for men. Like, it's not gonna happen. What's wrong with generalizing when it's the truth? The reason why people don't like generalizations is because they're not very good at understanding abstract concepts. Like, for example, averages. So, like, in their mind, this is what I'm saying, right? Is like, I learned this, and there's a lot.
I don't like generalizing just because, like, sacred bloody flesh. Hold up. Wait, what is that? Boost physical power and arcane once. Attack power boosted further when bloodlust occurs. Raw meat soaked with blood, a delicacy of the blood fiends. Oh, those are blood fiends. Okay. Temporarily boost physical attack power and arcane. When blood loss occurs nearby, further boosts attack power. The blood is said to have fallen from the formless mother's wound. Never will it dry, never will it rot. The formless mother, I think, is the blood god. Are these servants of Moog? Moog? Or this is Moog's influence in this land? Who knows, man? Ah, poison lakes. I heard in an interview that Miyazaki said that he tried to include less poison lakes in the DLC. He thought he went a little overboard. He was told he went a little overboard on in the main game. Too many poison lakes. Festive Greece, what? Ah, calmness, tranquility. Coat's armament granting wielder trace amount of runes on landing attacks. Solidified knot grease made from a mixture of bone shards. Craftable item. Yo, okay. Coat's armament with imparting with festive incantation grants the wielder a scant few runes on landing attacks. The effect only lasts for a short time. The delightful festival is an old tradition, one old enough for the Erd tree to tacitly tolerate its endurance. Ah, okay. So that gives you a reason not to use somber weapons, because you can actually buff them with that. Get more runes per attack, especially if you're farming. Dude, I really need to... I need to go find myself some, crafting materials. Toxic mossling. It looks like a larval tier. Large moss animal glutted with poison. Material used for crafting items found in poison swamps. Round and plump like a darling infant. Oh, they drop broken runes, huh? Yeah. Okay, I might go pee and come back quickly. I'm getting tired a little bit of this weapon. I don't think it's that dynamic or interesting. I really enjoyed the Grafted Dragon. I thought it was more fun to play with that. Alright, I'll be back, BRB. The good news is that these enemies are all going to be weak to fire, so you can actually use fire. I could probably use the Grafted Dragon against these enemies. So yeah, I had a good feeling that most of the enemies in this area just aren't going to be weak to fire, and they're going to give you a lot of fire weapons. So what's the point? But it looks like, you know, there is something to use fire against now. These enemies.
People, remember you know how like kids can't read clocks and shit? Well, this is kind of the same thing, where like people can't understand a statistic. They can't understand a general idea because they know somebody that's not like that. You see what I'm saying? Emmy, the thing with Emmy, nah, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna be honest, okay? She's short. She's like 5'3" or something like that. And like the angle that she was looking at the clock, I could see where she wouldn't be able to tell that like that was the second hand, that was the minute hand. Like, I really like that. This honestly was like, you know, just fucking height difference. Like, that's it. So she probably couldn't tell because she was at a different angle. Now, it's funny to make fun of her for it, right? Because, you know, I can't read a clock. But the reality is, like, that's not really what happened. But it is funny. Is that the issue or thing you're talking about? Is if all women are fit to do a certain thing? Yeah, exactly. And it's not. That's just the way it is. So that's the way I see it. And it's a psyche.
Did you hear
bug?
that click?
Like that. I think the premise of the argument is the concept of equality is baseless from zealous advocates that want it because there are inherent responsibilities that males and females would rather not have to do. Well, the problem is like women want equality in the things that are beneficial for them, right? So like they want to have equality in high-paying jobs. They don't want to have equality in being garbage men. You want to have equality in, you know, different types of privileges, but you don't want to have equality in responsibilities. Like, that's why people fucking hate it. That's why you see comments like this, stuff like this is so popular, is because, and this is the same for a lot of people, right? People want to have their cake and eat it too, which, I mean, I think it's a stupid phrase, but we all understand what it means. And so they want to have the privileges, they want to retain their privileges while having other people, or sorry, while not undertaking the responsibilities of the people that they want to have the same position as.
A flower that can shoot lasers from the sky. Oh, what a world we live in. Potentate's cookbook. Which one? What does this give me? Hefty poison pot. Let's go. I don't think I'm ever going to use this, but, you know, nice to have. Fly mold. Alright, enemies cause a large buildup of poison. For some reason, the video is not loading. Oh, it wants me to sign in. Okay. Fuck it. I can do that. I mean, I don't want to, but I guess I can. Alright, this is the video.
I do want to re-rack that entire
Oh
scenario.
my God.
So again, I think this happened yesterday. Did it happen yesterday? The assassination attempt. So this is Asmongold watching some news coverage on that.
Images of Twitter of the shooter allegedly killed. I'll see if I can find it.
I don't want to see it, dude.
If you were just joining us, we did carry it for you live. It happened just after 6 p.m. Eastern time, about 5 minutes into the former president speaking. Let's watch as this entire chaos unfolded.
I don't know if I want to watch it again. Like, there's screaming in the background, and honestly, it's kind of... It's like... It's kind of haunting. I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it again. Okay, it's muted.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people.
Yeah, they said shoot her down, right?
I'm just skipping through.
Yeah.
Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir. I got you. Let me get my shoes. Hold up here, guys. So we're gonna...
What is this? Seek East. Bloodstain. This is some sort of boss fight, isn't it?
Did he just fix his hair?
Oh, I see.
Did he get shot? He did. Damn.
I mean, you gotta keep in mind the people that go to these rallies are gonna be extremely like ultra-nationalist or radicalized. Radicalized is a big word. They're gonna be ultra-nationalistic. I have a feeling we're going there eventually. Talisman of Dread. What is this? Raises potency of magma. Talisman depicting the dread dragon of the jagged peak, whose roars cause the peak's molten fury to boil and churn. Raises potency of magma. Baal was the foul dragon's name, a terrible harbinger of destruction, whose challenge to the ancient dragon lord ended in grievous mutual injury. Oh, I see. So that's how the Dragon Lord lost one of his heads, or most of his heads, like 2 of his heads. Because if you remember, Placidusax lost a lot of his heads. O Baal, Tyrant Drake, do your wounds yet ache? Is your fury still yet to crest its zenith? Hurry, hurry. Lay it all to waste. Lay waste to the proud, conceited each, every last one of that arrogant lot. O Baal, Tyrant Drake, do your wounds yet ache? Is your fury still yet to crest its zenith? Hurry, hurry, lay it all to waste. Lay waste to the profound, the conceited each, every last one of that arrogant lot. Probably talking about Mesmer. So, when are we going to see the dragon? I believe we are going to be fighting a dragon soon, huh?
At the Trump campaign rally from earlier today over in Butler, Pennsylvania, the former president being escorted by Secret Service, being escorted inside of the motorcade there, trying to get to safety. And we are going to continue to show you
Dude's a
more
martyr
about
now?
seeing
He
a
is.
little,
He's literally, they made him a martyr, yeah.
as we continue to learn more on this developing story. I do want to bring up a tweet right now as we continue to learn more. This is from Meredith
Elders
McGraw,
Hall.
but just in from the Trump spokesperson.
Yep.
President Trump thanks law
It's
enforcement
Jover.
and first responders
It's
for their
Jover.
action during this heinous act. He is fined and being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. I'd like to bring once again into the conversation national security
Scadu
expert,
Altus.
counterterrorism
Oh.
expert, and someone who has worked with the Secret Service. We have Hal Kemper joining us live again. Hal, as we continue to re-rack the situation.
This should be close to the scatter tree, actually. Oh, this is a way into the back of the Fort of Reprimand. I don't know what this place is. Yeah, we're actually, yeah, we are pretty close to the scatter tree, actually. Oh. Omen Killer? I don't know if I'm ready to fight an Omen Killer right now. I'll BRB. Hold up. Item crafting. Make those. Oh shit. Well, he's not gonna be in Elden Ring 2. That wasn't even funny. I don't think I even understand where I was going with that. What's the joke? Oh, 4 smithing stone. Okay, gotcha. Dung ahead. It's not bad. It's pretty good. 4 smithing stone 8s. That's good. I would have preferred like 16, but you know, it's okay. Alright, take a screenshot. So there's one grace. I literally came from a grace over on that side. There's another grace there. And there's a one in the distance too. How many? 3 grace. All in this one area. Okay. And I can see them all. From this actually, no. Hold up. Oh god, I can't see that one actually. But there is one there. Trust me. I thought it drag. Oh, there's a Mikola thingy over there. Oh, there's a map there that I have not picked up at all. This is a fun area. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go try it and fight that poison enemy, whatever that is.
Learn exactly what happened. I'm going to go ahead and play out all of those scenes, and I'd like you to describe to our viewers what we're seeing here in terms of the response from
Did anybody else get hurt?
Agents, and
It's
also,
uncertain, but people think that they did.
What they could have possibly been. I know that you described.
I think it did. I think they did.
From as we still learn from this investigation.
Okay, Corell, when we look at it, one of the things I was looking for in the background is to see which way the audience is reacting.
Yeah.
Okay, you see where he's standing
from this way.
off to the right. Now look where he's looking. Okay, see he's looking off to his right. Okay, and let's watch him. All right.
Some weird ogre things.
And that's where
a rabbit Antifa member?
Ooh. I don't know for sure, but
who could have guessed?
It may have been he got a shot that came from his right, and that may have been what got his ear. And one of the things I'm looking for, if you watch this scene, you see Secret Service immediately rushed up and saying, duck, get down. They got him down low. They got him out of whatever line of sight a possible shooter might have been in. They don't know, clearly here it doesn't look like they know where the shot came from. But as it pulls back, look to what's on the left side of the screen, which would be to President Trump's right. You notice everybody's kind of looking off to the right out there?
Yeah, no, they are. Even these people are too.
I'm wondering if they heard something or saw something. You know,
well, they couldn't have shot him from this side.
And keep in mind, acoustics
like this.
They bounce around. You're never 100% sure. It
it's
could
obvious.
be they heard an echo effect, but based on where his head was and where his ear was, when he reached up to his ear, it could have been that the shot came from his right, and it could have been instinctively that some of those behind him immediately turned that direction because maybe that's where they thought they heard the pops or the sound coming from. With that said, maybe it was a weapon that was further out. Maybe it was something that's not in the crowd. It's too early to tell. Again, I would say they're going to freeze the situation. They're going to collect evidence. They're going to be talking to everybody there.
Oh shit, these guys.
They're doing some sort of check to see if there's any residual residue, gunpowder residue on anybody's hands.
Probably, yeah.
Whatever, to try and figure out if there's a shooter within the crowd.
I think
These
it
weird
was just
bandit
one
guys.
crazy person, to be honest.
I find it interesting that he was literally
That's what I
turning
think
off to
happened.
the right. He reaches up to his ear. That's where we saw blood later.
It's one crazy person.
And then you saw people standing behind him instinctively start looking to the right. And of course, you know, the thing you see today that you wouldn't have seen, say, you know, way back is everybody grabs their phones and they're going to be looking out there. And that's another thing that investigators, Secret Service are going to be trying to do is to look at everybody's phone. They were all. Everybody was,
I feel like they're gonna know who it was so fast.
Doing live action motion
Probably.
Like, they probably already know who
audio,
it is.
You know, that was out there. You see
Like,
that immediately.
they don't need like 10 different angles. It's obvious they're gonna know who it is.
And then you see after the shots. I mean, literally
Shooter's
people
dead?
popping
I
up
bet he's
with their
not.
Phones up, and I can tell you that.
No,
that's
he's
something
dead.
that they're used to now. You know, years back, if somebody
He's
popped
dead?
up holding something like that in their hand.
No, let me check. I could be wrong.
By law enforcement, because they would say, like, what is that? They might mistake it for a weapon. But in this case, there's going to be a lot of people out there that have video of what occurred, and on that video, they may have some vital clues, if you will, some vital information that'll help investigators put together where the shot came from, and basically what the whole situation will not look like. But the fact that he was looking off to the right, and then his ear was hit, could have been indicative of somebody trying to take, this is purely postulation, we don't know, all right? Could have been somebody trying to do what would we call a headshot, all right? And he could have moved his head, they winged his ear, which is where you see the blood coming from. Secret Service reacted immediately, got him down. He's out of the line of sight of the shooter.
Somebody says they have a picture of the shooter, and it's the body. Oh, maybe they are dead.
To see where people instinctively.
Yep, maybe they're dead.
Where do they think the shots came from? And they're going to be much better than anything we would hear. You know, certainly from microphones, audio feed that would come in via who's ever there. You know, whatever media is there. We're not going to pick that up quite so clearly, but people will hear things, and people will often instinctively turn the direction of where they thought they heard something coming from, and it looks like there's a lot of indications right off that it may have been a shot that came from the right side. Okay, and you see him go down immediately. So, and that's probably one of the reasons that you only see what you see is because he went. There was probably somebody there. We can't see everything. But you see how fast he went down. Secret Service reacted.
I feel like he dropped down because he didn't even know what the fuck happened.
To get him out of the line of sight of any would-be shooter, and to get him covered. You see where they're basically putting their bodies.
Go to NBC.
Ballistic vest that they.
Against these enemies, like Torrent is more of a problem than he is a help, a liability. Just because like they attack quickly and then you just get knocked off Torrent. There's a crowd down there. It does seem like there's a path up onto the other side from that end. Let me see what I can do here.
Where to basically provide a
We know about this.
Attendees of the rally, and what kind of did you see them get shot directly, or did you just see the aftermath?
No, you just heard the noise. You heard pop, 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 seeing the aftermath, and neither of them were good. They were both down. Nobody was talking. Nobody was moving.
What was going through your mind as you were witnessing all?
Are they still here? And am I going to get shot? That's what's going through my mind. Well, he's holding my hand, and we were going to get up and try to get out of here, and some gentleman there said, no, you stay down. So we stayed down.
Deep purpley lily.
Everybody back.
Grows in the blue flower field at the coast. A deep purple water lily that is on the verge of wilting. Material used for grows on the blue flower field at the coast. Like a syrupy poison, its nectar lulls the imbiber into a sweet, velvety sleep. I see. So St. Trina's lily, or like the progenitor of St. Trina's lily.
He waited and grabbed my hand, and we got out of there.
And Joe, what was your state of mind coming into this rally
Video on
today?
Twitter?
What were
Yeah.
you expecting, and what are you feeling now as we all experienced
Number one trending thing on X's stage?
that none of us thought
for sure.
would come?
Well, I was excited. I mean, this is our second rally, and the first one, Trump is very energetic when he comes to these, and when I want to vote for him more than ever.
Why is that?
Shit!
Just to send a message to these people. They can stop us.
Fuck them!
Don, how are you feeling? I mean, you're here with your son. Of course, you want to protect your baby, and you don't want yourself to be in any danger. What were those mama instincts in that moment, and how are you feeling right now?
Exactly. My mama instincts were when he grabbed my hand, I knew my son was scared to death because he was holding my hand. He had held my hand since he was probably 5 or 6 years old. And so he held on to my hand, and
As he should.
you can imagine, my heart went into a million pieces. All I kept thinking was we got to be safe and get out of here, and I agree with Joe.
Damn, look at that picture.
We got to get back in line. This is out of control.
Holy
How
shit.
did you get
That's
out
really not that
ultimately?
much
How did you
blood.
get here to safety?
Once
really
they
not.
evacuated us, because right where we were sitting, we were able to just keep on going. We actually watched the snipers and everybody around
Yeah.
us for a few minutes.
It's an ear. That's what I'm saying, right? Is it was
What
only
did you
the
see
ear.
from your vantage point of the snipers? These were
Yeah.
the people protecting the former president.
That's correct. And now they were over in the lawn. They were watching every single person with their guns going by. I believe the one in...
Okay, so I just want to... Give me a second. I'm going to look up where to find all the bell bearings. And I'm going to go on a scavenger hunt for them.
Wasn't he on the one on the ground?
Yeah, so before they evacuated, they carried the 2 injured people out. Then they yelled for us to get evacuated. At that
So
point,
there's 2 other people that got injured.
The Secret Service were up in our section with the guns.
Damn.
And they were all in the field. Because like I said, rumor was he climbed up the back of our feature. So.
Joe, Donna,
Wow.
thank you both so much. I'm so glad
Holy
you are
shit.
safe. I know this was not the day that you were
Too
expecting.
dead? No, they just
and
hurt.
thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Don't go too far. I might have some follow-up questions for you. So Lester, there you have it. Another first-hand account. They were right there. This was not the experience anyone was expecting. Still trying to grapple with what just happened here, Lester.
Dasha Burns, thank you for that interview. Very revealing. We should point out it's unconfirmed what those witness accounts were of other people who might have been wounded. We're tracking all that down, and as soon as we have more on that, we'll certainly bring it to you. I want to bring in
I'm
our
going to guess it's a
investigative
3D printed
correspondent,
gun.
Tom Winter. He joins
think
us
so?
on the phone with some new reports.
I bet it doesn't need this. This is America,
Tom?
bro. It's probably just a real gun.
Incorporating the work of myself.
Tons of people have guns here. Like, why would you 3D print? You just want to go buy a gun.
U.S. law enforcement officials tell NBC News that there is a growing concern.
Video of a shooter on X? I know. I can't watch it. Somebody already sent it to me. I can't watch it because it's like a dead body.
Former President Donald Trump. Based on the facts of the investigation as they're developing them.
Or it's potentially a dead body.
2 senior law enforcement officials tell NBC News that there is a growing concern
Got a link?
that this may have been
Yeah, if they want to link it in chat.
attempt on the life of former President
What do you mean
Trump.
it may have been?
Lester, I can tell you, as you can well imagine, there is a lot of conflicting information.
What do you mean?
Right now, as this investigation gets sorted out.
They shoot him in the
what
head?
occurred on the ground,
I'd be like,
who heard
guys,
what from where,
I think
and
this might be
obviously
political.
We're proceeding with extreme caution as to what we're hearing and who may or may not have been involved. But there is definitely a concern that this may have been a serious attempt on former President
Rhea
Trump's life.
Lucaria Crystal
And
Tunnel.
why that might be important, some people might say that that would be obvious. you know, different things can
I might
happen.
just listen to this real quick.
To me, as you're trying to figure
Yeah,
out if you're okay, what's going on, was he shot, was he wounded? Then we heard him on the microphone, Shannon, saying, let me grab my shoes as they tried to take him off. So
I
we're just
see,
trying
yeah.
to figure out what happened.
Yeah, they got the body right there. It's a post on Drama Alert.
Continue to do our reporting and obviously get right back on with you as we get more information.
Yeah, Tom, stay with me very quickly. I just want to point out we saw some shots of police tape now being put around the area, the stands where former
Live
President
stream
Trump
fail? I mean,
was,
it's kind of a
shot
live stream
there,
fail, yeah.
but it's now a crime
For
scene.
the
So
shooter,
what
it
you're
is.
seeing is in fact a crime scene. The Secret Service likely
fucking
to lead
missed.
that investigation. But Tom, we've all talked about it.
Fucked
seen
up.
examples of it, political violence. This is something that law enforcement has been bracing itself for.
Sure,
this
no, my God,
campaign season, is it not?
Yeah.
Without a doubt, Lester, I've lost track of the amount of times you and I have talked about it privately in the offices. We've reported on it. The FBI director, in an interview with you directly, said that he was concerned about this type of thing, Lester. And so I think everybody's been concerned about the potential issues, the potential things that could come up during the course of this election, given how divided the country is.
That's
given
too
the
fucks,
level
yeah.
of threat. Yeah, so that's something that people are acutely
Trump got
focused
lucky
on,
as
for
fuck.
sure.
All right,
He
Tom,
did.
thanks very much. I'll let
He
you
did.
get back to your
Yeah, he did.
Did, bro,
what
like,
details as a story
absolutely.
develops here tonight. Let's bring in Evie Pomporis, a former Secret Service agent, joining me on the
Crazy
telephone
lucky.
right now. Can
Holy
you give
shit.
us a sense from what you have seen?
Beyond
give us your
lucky.
professional eye.
That's
of
a
what
nat
appears to
20?
transpire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is
Divine intervention. That's what. That's what they saying, brother.
That it almost sounds like these soft popping sounds. So we hear these multiple shots. We see him put his hands in the air, and then you see these agents come in. Those agents that come in are the shift. It's the detail team. For them to come in like that, that means this is a serious
He does.
threat. Something serious is
Bro,
happening.
he does.
We're also
He
seeing
fixes
the
his
tactical
hair.
Team, and we're looking at the live shot. We see
Oh my
the shot
God.
of the tactical team. That's the element
Oh
that comes in.
my
When you
God.
see the tactical team, their job is to look for the threat. So you have two entities
Oh,
here.
God.
The agents in suits, they're the shift. Shift comes in, immediately comes on top of the president.
Surprisingly, don't deal that much damage to these guys.
Surround him and make sure that the shot hits them. The tactical element that we see come in after.
That's incredible,
their
right?
job is
Secret.
What's crazy to me is that they're in position to literally be meat shields for the president, which is crazy. I would call him the president because at this point, man, he is the president, dude. He's like, they've basically assured his win by doing this. Yeah, basically, pretty much they have. Like, they're using their bodies as meat shields for this guy. Just thank God, like, no one else died. You know. I always like the look of these things.
Service, out, we see them facing out toward the crowd, and they are to look for the threat. Clearly, we see the agents that get around him.
That's
they shield
unbelievable.
him, and then they move in this
Badasses, yeah.
body-wise so that nothing strikes them. They move them slowly down the stairs and make their way to the armored vehicle. That's what we're looking at. Now, Lester, if we're looking at how did this happen, again, this is all.
What do you mean? It's a crazy. People hate Trump. Like, what do you mean? How did it happen?
Yeah, people hate Trump.
It's fucking obvious how it happened. Fucking people hate Trump
When you
forever.
have rallies like this, ideally, you're supposed
no
to
shit
have
this happened.
magnetometers.
I
So that's
predicted
really
this
the
was
first
going to
thing they're
happen,
gonna
but that
look
was
at.
like 8 years ago when Trump was almost elected. Was elected the first time.
Sometimes when it's a former president,
Yeah, true.
you may not have all the
Now that it's actually happened, I can't even actually believe it happened, even though I predicted it.
So it's going to be, how did that weapon get in? Were there magnetometers? Were people checked for weapons? And then from that point, where was that person positioned, right? How were they able to get in and get that angle of the shot?
Well, as we look at these pictures, again, as you described, the former president being rushed into that vehicle to be taken away from the scene. I keep thinking about what's
Oh, I
happening
remember
in the
this
crowd.
tension.
Unfortunately, the
I've been
cameras
here a
aren't
couple
pointing
times,
on the
yeah.
crowd, but given the
You're
number
probably cheering,
of pops or potential shots we heard, it seems a lot of people were at risk. You cover these events, no doubt, as have I. A lot of people wanted to get close to their candidate. That's part of what happens in a campaign. How does the Secret Service draw the balance there as to create, a fortress of security at the same time, allowing people to do what people should be doing at rallies like this?
So let's go to your first point where there's people there. When you do these events,
God, the Wojaks, man.
it's called a side advance. When you secure an event like this, you're the side agent. So you have two goals, two missions. I am to protect the President of the United States, right? However, the other goal or mission is the people at this event. So yes, they're targeting, or let's say assuming, right, that again, we don't have confirmation. But when someone is targeting the President, right, if they're going to shoot, yes, he's an issue, but also the people in the area are an issue, right? Where are all these rounds going? So when we hear these sounds, these small, these echoes of what appear to be shots, it wasn't one shot, there were multiple shots, and every round Lester had to go somewhere. It lands somewhere. Where are they going? So you've got all these people. So you are responsible not just for the safety of the U.S. President, but you are responsible for the people there. The president, think of him as he's a target, right? Wherever
stage
he
as
moves,
fuck, bro. Why do you think it's staged?
Staged. Jesus
what
Christ.
he attracts as a sitting U.S.
Why do you think it's staged? Why?
Shut the fuck up, man.
You
Staged.
also have to think strategically.
False flag? Come
what
on.
about all the people there? Now you'll see the barricades that are set up.
If this is
You
a
see the
false
stage that's
flag,
set up. What you may not see in that shot is you will have
that
ingress,
gunman is a god.
egress elements. That means you want
To
multiple
nail it
ways
right
in,
there on his
multiple
ear
ways
barely,
out.
there's no
You
way,
want
bro.
movement for the president.
This puts what's his
Create
name?
alternate movement for him if he can't get out the primary way. So we've got typically at least
Lee Harvey Oswald, bro, this puts him in the dirt.
Vehicles that are staged there, they are positioned there
To nail a shot
specifically
like that
to
next to
evacuate
somebody's
him, to
head?
evacuate him. 'Cause also
No
we're in an
way.
open area here, right?
I don't think anybody could do
You
that.
don't have that
No,
concealment to cover
nobody
the other.
could.
Whenever you do
Yeah,
both
I don't think
areas
anybody
of
could
this,
do that.
massive
No way.
line of sight issue, meaning you can get the threat from so many different ways.
Chris Kyle
so many
could.
different areas. And just one thing to touch on too.
The blood's fake,
typically
really?
after
Yeah,
an
the
event
blood's
like
fake.
this,
So now
it's
Secret
typically
Service is all in on it too, right? Like,
do the investigation
fuck
that
outta here.
happened, right? So if the Secret Service element is the element that does the protection, and the FBI typically
yeah, 2 other people got shot too.
investigate what and how did this happen.
Let me ask you this.
Come on, bro, like, come on.
In terms of what kind of intelligence law enforcement has or is given before an
Kyle
event.
Rittenhouse?
We're in prime time
Look,
campaign
listen.
season. These candidates are out there doing sometimes multiple stops in a day.
They were right in front of
Big
him. Of
crowds
course he
lined
killed
up.
him.
How much does
Anybody
local
could have
law
done that.
enforcement know about potential threats? Maybe somebody in the crowd
Deals magic
who has,
damage.
written a nasty email or a letter or that sort of thing.
They do. Before,
They killed
when
2
you go
innocent
out,
people?
as
No,
part
they
of the
they
event, when you go
they
out,
hit
you
2
work
innocent
with the
people.
local police department.
I don't know.
So here he's going to his location, right? He's going to a town, to a city, wherever
Yeah.
he's going. You work from the beginning.
One dead?
You have many meetings
Oh,
with the local
shit.
police department. The president or the president.
I know.
He's going to do a rally. And we share intel. The U.S. Secret Service shares their intel. This is what we're hearing from our side. The local police department, typically because they know what's going on in their community, they're also going to have their ears to the ground. They're going to have intelligence and information. And then we have these meetings.
How come they're-
The Secret Service will have these meetings.
How come they're mining this and I can just walk over and pick it up? Maybe they're just like mining around it to find more or something? Who knows?
Before an event where everybody comes together and everybody shares. I'm hearing this, you're hearing this. What do we need to do? What elements do we need to put in place? So if you're hearing there's a lot of protesters, you're hearing talk that people are going to show up and cause problems, that is all
2 dead, the
communicated.
shooter and
You can
bystander?
figure
Yeah.
out what you need.
Yeah, no,
And
Cody's
also,
texting me
you
that.
can figure out what actions
Yeah.
to put into the crowd to blend in. You're seeing the Secret Service suits, you're seeing the tactical team, you'll see uniforms
God
from the police
damn.
department, but they also have an element there that is we don't call them undercovers, but there's those agents and law
Yeah,
enforcement
plainclothes,
who will
officer in
circulate
plainclothes.
in the area
Yeah.
in plain clothes and kind of lend their ear out and hear what's
Everybody
going
knows about that.
All right, Heather, you have been a tremendous help, helping us understand the mechanics of security in a situation like this. Hopefully we can rely on you again to
This
talk
is
a bit
scary.
later. Thank you so
It is
much.
in a way,
We
right?
continue
Yeah,
with
it
the
is.
Video,
This is
shocking
scary.
video, frankly, from Pennsylvania, where earlier this evening, early evening here on the East Coast, someone apparently took shots at former President
Two shooters?
Trump.
Oftentimes
as we heard,
that's-
two senior law enforcement officials saying there is a growing concern that there
Unlikely.
is a serious attempt on the life of former President Trump. Apparently his wounds are survivable. He's apparently doing okay, but we saw him clutching his ear, a bloody ear, as he's led from the scene. People heard
Smithing's
multiple
still on
pops
one.
in the crowd.
No, that's hardly any
We are
blood, bro.
continuing to track
Like, I've
information
seen
we can
people, like,
about
get cut.
potential other victims in this, people who might
It's
have
still
been
blood
in that
now.
Everywhere.
crowd. This was a rally.
Blood
unlike
fucking everywhere.
pretty much like so many we
Yeah.
have seen throughout this election season. People joyous, people excited about seeing the candidate, hearing what he
The
had
BB
to say.
is trending? Of course it
Nobody
is.
signed up for this, however. I want to go to NBC's Dasha Burns, just outside that Trump rally north of Pittsburgh. Dasha, you were there as the crowds were trying
Isn't
to
ear don't
get
bleed
out.
that much? I know.
As you
That's what I'm
watch the
saying.
video,
That's what it
your-
means,
your-
right?
your
That's my
face,
point.
Your eyes are focused on former President Trump and his reaction, but you're also seeing people in the crowd who seem unaware, don't quite realize what's happening. I suppose that's not unusual. As you were able to exit the grounds, were people beginning to fill in some of the blanks of what they saw and heard?
Not much in the ear.
Yeah, Lester,
what I'm saying is, like,
absolutely,
that's.
there was a lot
I'm
of
saying that
confusion
proves that it was
initially. You
only
don't
his
expect
ear.
something like this to happen
Because
going
there's
in.
not that
There's
much
so
blood. You see my
security
point?
Protocol when you come to a Trump rally, and as we were first hearing those sounds, so many people that I've talked to, myself included, our team here, thought it might have been fireworks. We weren't sure what was going on. Now, as everyone has taken a bit of a breath and is trying to absorb what happened, we now understand that that's not necessarily
Fuck, I
the
hate the
case.
screams,
We are
man.
coming to you live right now from the parking lot for this venue.
Coming to
Trump
you live
rallies
from the
attract
parking lot.
thousands and thousands of supporters. There are thousands of cars here. And Lester,
Oh,
we
bro,
are
people are gonna
running
pull
into
up like
people
crazy
who
now.
have evacuated the rally. Are
Yeah, now they're gonna be
looking
pulling
for
up like
their vehicles
crazy.
and trying to process what just happened. That's how I ran into Aaron here. Aaron was in the front row there near the former president. Aaron, first
Yeah,
of all,
bro,
are
this
you
is gonna be
okay?
nuts.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
People are gonna go
I was in
ape
the
shit
first
after
row.
this.
I was directly in front of Trump, my seat.
Oh.
I was looking him in the eye. We heard the pops, maybe 3 minutes into the rally.
Oh, she got the hat.
3 to 4 minutes. I heard 4 pops. Pop, pop, pop. The 4 Secret Service immediately jumped
It's
on the
here.
stage. And we saw him push
Jesus.
President Trump to the ground. Then the gentlemen that have the guns came up to start clear right, clear left. They said, get him up. So they lifted him up, and Trump said, I got to get my shoes on first.
Did his shoes come off?
His shoes must have, we couldn't see it underneath them, but his shoes must have come off when they dropped him down to the ground. First thing he said, we could all hear it, I have to get my shoes on first. And when he stood up, I'm looking at him forward, I see the red teardrop right here of blood, fresh red blood, just a little tear. Then when they got him up and they turned him, I could see the blood from the top of the ear to the bottom. Wasn't gushing, but it was covered.
Yeah.
And then he put the fist bump up, stay strong, and they walked him off.
He says stay strong.
Aaron, what was going through your mind? What did you think when you first heard those sounds?
I thought
This is some fucking anime shit.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. That's what it
This is some
sounded like.
fucking anime,
The
bro.
gentleman behind me, I was one seat.
God
he
damn.
pointed me, he could see the sharpshooter behind Trump. He said the sharpshooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here. Now, when I called my husband at home, who's watching TV, he said, I thought Trump hurt his ear when he went to the ground. He said, no, on TV they showed before Trump hit the ground, the ear was bleeding. So, that sharpshooter went across. Trump
What
turned
percentage
his
you say about this
his
not being
ear
real?
must have been nicked, and it killed somebody in the stands over to the left.
Could you see
Point
anyone
one.
injured besides the blood on the former
Point
president?
one.
All I saw was
That
the
it's
gentleman
fake.
from Beaver County who spoke earlier in the day. He was running for the State House Representative Elmore. I know his name.
So rare.
He had a white shirt on, and I
One
saw
in
him come
1,000.
from that left stands where the people were mostly shot. I think there were several. He said 3 medevacs left here. Blood was down the right side of his. He wasn't shot, but you could see that he was next to somebody who must have been bleeding profusely because he either helped them and ran, rubbed against them, or tried to get them help or something. It was covered, so I knew that he was near somebody. That was my first indication that somebody was actually shot, when I saw his blood on his shirt.
Aaron, when did you realize that, hey, this might not be fireworks, this might be something else?
When they got Trump down in the ground. You know, we were just so concerned that he wasn't hit because we couldn't. It happens so fast, you know, it's really hard
There we
to
go.
process.
I'm just gonna get out of here. Not even gonna fight the boss. It's okay.
Minute, you can tell. But
This
when
is
he got
JFK
up,
shit?
he did not look bad at all.
Yeah, it was.
He looked very strong. So then I saw
Yeah.
that.
You want to endorse this Trump? I saw
just
that.
hurt himself, hopefully.
Yep.
But it does appear that he was.
I mean, after
probably
that,
nicked by
like,
bullet.
Where is it?
That Aaron, just
This is crazy.
in the nick of time, but just.
And Aaron, you were so near to all of this yourself. You were right there. How did you personally feel about your own safety? Were you scared? What was that experience?
I was totally not scared for my own. None of us in that front row went down to the ground. Not a one. We wanted to only help the president.
It's in Zamar
That's all
Ruins,
we
the
wanted
next
to
one.
do. Either we could protect him, we could stand around him. I didn't see one person in the row hit the ground.
You guys say
Not
that,
one.
bro.
I was shocking. No one was concerned.
Bro,
about
ain't
us.
nobody
We
going to
were
take a
only
bullet
concerned
for
about
Biden.
him.
I'm a
Oh shit.
Even if you don't like Trump, I get it. There's a lot of reasons, but bro, ain't nobody taking a bullet for Biden.
How are you feeling now in this
Jesus.
Let's be real.
They feel that there was two shooters on both sides. So they got the one on the tower on this side, but the one on the right side they never got.
Why no one
So
said
they-
anyway?
that's why they wanted us to leave immediately, because they thought there's still a shooter out there somewhere. So there could be in these woods around Butler.
On HP already?
Aaron,
They'd probably
you
be
know,
like, man,
I've covered many
it's like
Trump rallies. I
mercy.
don't know how many you've been to.
I was there at the
Sixth
Fort
rally.
Worth parking lot this morning. And
Oh my.
So I worked all day.
You've been here all day. You know that.
NBC.
Yeah, we're here. Look, you know the atmosphere coming into a Trump rally. The supporters, very jovial, very celebratory. Typically, people are selling merchandise, food. What were you coming in with?
What's the
today,
next?
and what
Where's
are
the
you
next
Someone
one?
died? They
tonight?
did.
Well, I was here 4 years ago when he was in Butler. You know, it was like 58,000 people. I tell people it was the most magical night of my life. When he came on that helicopter and circled 2 times, he had 4 rallies that night. It was just an unbelievable night. And I was anticipating to be another unbelievable night, but not this way.
Well, it's
Jesus. Okay. The last smithing stone bell bearing is dropped by the Godskin duo. That's pretty far into Fair Missoula, dude. I don't know. That is very far into Fair Missoula. But I mean I need them for 7, 8 upgrades, smithing stone 7 and 8 upgrades. Unfortunately. Thankfully I have a lot of ancient dragon smithing stones, so I have 5 sombers, so I can max out 5 somber weapons roughly. Alright, let's move on. Let's find the sombers. The somber smithing stone bell bearing.
Believable, all right.
It's just very sad. I mean,
Yeah.
all these people that came to see him and to have him hurt, I can't even describe it, you know. I just feel sad. I feel sad for our country. I feel sad for
The crazy
everybody,
thing is,
you
if
know.
they ever did get Trump and actually shoot
You
him,
don't like the
it
guy,
wouldn't even
don't vote
matter.
for him.
There'd be like 10
Don't
more
kill
Trumps
him.
right
We
after
love the
that.
guy. We're gonna vote for him. You know, I mean, what is
Yeah.
up with this violence?
That's the thing.
I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, I just wish that people that, I mean, I'm glad that guy's no longer
Celia
with us
Hideaway.
anymore in that tower.
Celia
And I
Crystal
hope they get
Tunnel.
the other one too. And I hope they don't
The end
nip
of
him.
Celia
I hope
Crystal
they get him.
Tunnel.
He's done.
Aaron, thank you so much.
Damn.
I'm so glad. No, I'm so glad you're safe. I know it's a lot to process today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Absolutely. Right. The shoes and new detail. And Lester, of course, this is an eyewitness account. We don't have those details confirmed. This is what Aaron witnessed from her vantage point. We will wait for law enforcement to give us those details. But again, this is a developing situation, and right now, Aaron and so many others just trying to make their way home, as there are thousands of people who were in this parking lot. Quite a bit of a traffic jam at this point. As
Oh, I didn't
people are
turn this
trying,
on, huh?
To make their way out, and of course, Lester makes sense of what it is that they just witnessed.
Yeah, Dasha, thank you for your continued great reporting there as we get these accounts, and it bears reiterating. Look, folks, there are things that we're hearing, things we're learning. We'll tell them to you when we can confirm them. Obviously, the witnesses describing potentially other victims in this, and we continue to work that angle very aggressively. As we know more, we'll tell you about this. The same in terms of what we will hopefully be able to learn about who was behind this attack. As soon as we can tell you something we can verify, we'll go right into that. Our senior White House correspondent, Kelly O'Donnell, joins us now. Kelly, talk to me about reaction from the Biden administration, obviously watching this with great concern tonight.
Well, Lester, there are important steps that the administration takes at this point. The current president has been briefed by the director of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle, and of course, her agents were with former President Trump.
I remember when these enemies were so difficult, but they're not that difficult anymore. I have a better weapon too, to be fair. That actually does damage. But,
I mean,
yeah.
Joe Biden was there when it happened to Lincoln, so I mean,
Really?
for him, he's probably used to this.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a
this is probably
joke.
the
Never
third
mind.
time he's seen it.
On potential homeland threats inside the United States. In
It's
this
another one of
moment,
those.
it is not candidate and candidate. This is the city
yeah.
having to deal with the law enforcement
Yeah, he was an older
piece,
man by
the
then, you
national
know.
security implications, and sort of the mindset of the nation when an event like this happens. So the president is getting those threads of information coming into him. He is in Delaware right now. The vice president has also received an initial briefing. And certainly we are also hearing from others who have had their own experience and still agree with the Secret Service. Former President George W. Bush putting out a statement saying that he and Laura Bush are grateful to the Secret Service that they were able to get former President Trump to safety, and they're concerned, of course, about what this incident was about. And they thank first responders for their swift action. So all the apparatus of the federal government shifts to deal with something like this. The Secret Service is involved in the investigation.
It's bad for it's bad for everyone.
Day-to-day protection of the former president. I have been told, based on my reporting, that the level of protection that he would receive as a former president, which has been his existence these last 3.5 years. Heading into the convention in Milwaukee, he would be getting a larger detail as the presumptive candidate.
I feel like he probably should get more security too. Yeah, I feel like that's probably a good idea. Considering like
what just happened.
You know, waiting to envelop the new running mate to be named at some point, and that person would also have Secret Service protection when former President Trump announces his pick. What happened today
House President of the United States doesn't a word in over an hour.
They train for this. They are dealing with this potential threat at every event all the time. Here at the White House, where I am right now, no visible sign.
Biden's probably thinking about who to get as a new vice president.
On certainly the events
You know?
surrounding the former
That's probably
president
why.
at that location. It would also include state and local.
Yeah, he's like, damn, so they got Trump. I ain't the new vice president then.
In the investigation, which would typically be led by the FBI. So, as far as any contact from the president, he's got a team of senior advisors around him who are able to give him direct information from the Secret Service as well as the Department of Justice, law enforcement, and importantly, those Homeland Security advisors, both at the cabinet level and inside the White House, who may have more of a picture about potential threats or concerns that our colleague Tom Winter was talking about. That's where we are at this point from the White House, Lester.
Kelly O'Donnell, thank you.
Security fault?
Excuse me. The good news
Hard to
is,
say.
Again,
Who knows?
saw the former president leaving, getting out
He was on a roof?
Pretty much under his own power, certainly supported and
Yeah, no, I
escorted,
see
to
that.
safety.
But like, I'm not looking at right
it
now.
looks like he will be okay. And once again, flashing that triumphant fist that is characteristic.
I'm trying not to look at the shooter stuff.
For those of you just tuning in, we want to play for you the moment when Secret Service
I have an
agents
image of the
rushed
shooter,
former
but I don't want to
President
show it yet
Trump
because
off
it's
the
not
stage.
confirmed.
We want to caution you that we don't know exactly who said
I don't
which
even want to
caption
see
on
the shooter.
screen or why they said it, because it was such a chaotic moment, but here it is.
People are already mad at the sock. Read this.
And again, that moment of chaos, you hear the screams of the crowd as people are beginning to...
Former president, or what was this here? Real quick. Former president gets shot in stands. Strong doesn't run. Hassani's clip farming. He's 100% clip farming. That doesn't make, like... Bro, he's been in the media forever.
This is Hassan.
Kind of true. He fixed his hair. It's still fucking funny. Holy shit. Brilliant move.
I've never fought this guy. I haven't fought this guy in years, dude.
That's the point. Shooter's dead? Yeah.
We don't know their background, where they may have come from, any sort of personal motivation.
Brilliant farm? Yeah.
We're still trying to gather. But that's the headline. The second component of this, 3 senior U.S. law enforcement officials, tell myself and colleague Jonathan Beard, that there appear to have been, or they're looking into whether or not several other individuals were shot.
I haven't fought this guy in so long, dude.
Not the bullet? Damn, that dude sucks. Really?
Whether, at least 2 other individuals were shot
Okay,
as well.
that's the first one. I need more, though.
What an idiot.
That would seem to indicate to us a couple of things. One, they believe they know who did this. They believe they know where they were, potentially what
In the
they were
Altus
using,
tunnel.
and they can now start to do a lot of detailed investigative work. We don't know.
CNN said he
there is
fell.
no indication at this time that any other individual is involved. But obviously, it's very early and very preliminary on that front.
They
And a lot
missed
more
is
work will
trending with
continue
how
to
do
be
you
done.
miss?
Yeah, let me just follow up on that. I think you may have answered the question, but we did hear from one witness a bit earlier who seemed to believe that there were 2 individuals involved. You're saying that the local DA is saying 1 shooter is deceased. So the belief is that it is a single shooter?
The belief at this time is that that's the case, because what they said is that...
At Sandy Hook, they thought there were 2 shooters too. I remember watching it live at Jeff's house in the morning. It's very common that 2 shooters get originally reported because of the disorientation. That doesn't necessarily mean that there was 2 shooters.
Things that appeared on the ground, and just because this individual...
Yeah, just keep that in mind, guys.
By others at this rally,
The echo?
did they
Yeah,
have
maybe
any
that's
sort
why.
of help in any other way? Those would be questions that'll be answered the next couple of minutes or hours. Typically, based on past events, as you know, there's usually just 1 individual that's involved. But of course, investigators have to keep their minds open, and as reporters who are relying on that information, the investigation that is going on in our own homework, well, we're keeping our minds open too.
And Tom, you and your team certainly have a huge depth of experience in these kind of breaking news matters, especially when they
Shooter dead on the
involve
roof.
issues like what we're seeing play out here. Is it likely this...
I almost feel like Trump was going to win anyway, in my opinion. As an outsider looking in, I feel like Trump was going to win anyway, because Biden... Most people, I would imagine, think that Biden is not right in the head enough to be a president. And it's very clear with all the clips and all the jokes that people make about him. So I was under the impression that Trump was going to win. Actually, fuck, I don't remember what my point was. Never mind. But this basically made it so Trump just is going to win, period. Like, if there was ever any doubt, there isn't anymore. And look, Trump, I can agree that Trump isn't really like a great guy. You know, like he's like a convicted felon. But let's be real, man, like after a stunt like this, like it's hard to imagine him not winning.
thing is going to unfold very quickly, that they will work backwards.
Shooter's experience, professional
from the
CS:GO.
moment of the shooting, and
I don't know if he's
have a
professional.
pretty good idea of what they're dealing with.
So let's
Yeah, I don't know about him being a professional.
Worst case scenario with respect to the investigation, this individual had no idea.
He would be enough for Trump.
Background. The FBI would be able to instant fingerprint him at the scene. They would be able to get information and.
The shooter's dead? I know. I haven't shown the footage, but it's like a dead body. I remember Hassan got in trouble for that like 5 years ago.
From there, you might know where the individual lives and a relative.
So I try not to show dead bodies.
Every agent out of their social media. They'll have the ability to go to social media companies and ask for an emergency warrant. And they
I tried. Yeah, I mean, it's happened a few times. It's happened like 10
to
times.
get access to those communications, cell phone communications, text communications. All of that will be part of the instant investigation.
I apologize to ask you a question and I have to interrupt you, but we are getting some confirmation. The Butler County DA is now telling us that one spectator has died in this incident. One has been apparently wounded and is in critical condition, and the shooter, as Tom has been reporting, is dead. So, to repeat that news, this comes via the Butler County DA. One spectator at this Trump rally is dead.
Bro.
Another is in
0-1.
critical condition, and the shooter, what we believe right at this hour, the lone shooter is also dead.
Yep.
And as our colleague Tom Winter was reporting,
true.
they
He
will work
pointed
very
one,
quickly
yeah.
and work backwards, and will likely know a lot about this
right.
individual
He
in a
killed.
short
Oh,
amount of
jeez.
time.
That's not even.
You
That's
see
not
former
funny.
President Trump
Damn, that's
trying
fucked.
to acknowledge
Yeah.
the crowd while being
That's sad.
obviously stunned and being
Yeah, I
led
forgot
to
about
the
that.
safety of
Fuck.
an armored
No,
vehicle.
true.
But it appears that he is okay, suffering what we've all been able to see, some sort of a grazed type wound to his ear. We hear him asking for his shoes. He is led away. He continues to turn toward the crowd to offer a sense of assurance that he is okay. He is now clear of that scene as people continue to leave, all of them telling stories of hearing these pops. Some of them, one woman we had on was able to describe the shooter. Now that we've got that confirmed, her account certainly jives with what we're getting now from the officials in Butler County, Pennsylvania. That is the crowd here trying to rally their spirits, and certainly this was several minutes apparently into the former president's rally there in Pennsylvania when this occurred. Multiple what sounded like shots, pops, but we presume there were gunshots fired in his direction as he was looking to the right, and a little unclear. He grabs his ear, and then you can see this team of Secret Service agents quickly sworn in, confirmed that he is clear.
The dead guy's a martyr?
Out of danger,
Yeah, for people that are stuck in bronze from CS:GO.
And then he is escorted to his vehicle and to safety. That area you're looking at right now is a crime scene. You see some of the pictures where you see the police crime tape, and they will treat it as any other crime scene and try to get the details. We don't know what this means in terms of the exact injury that former President Trump received, what treatment he may be receiving.
Yeah, but if he would have died, I know, man.
Campaign.
I know.
We certainly, of course, expect to see him this coming week as the Republican National Convention is about to begin on Monday in Milwaukee.
Obama tweeted.
RNC officials certainly trying to figure that out, but right now the greatest concern is from that angle is the health of the former president.
I'll read it.
And of course, thoughts also turning now.
There's absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. Although we don't know that exactly what happened, we should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt and use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics. Michelle and I are wishing him a quick recovery. Man, I tell you something, like back whenever Obama was president, we never had any goofball shit like this.
Yeah.
Man, like this dude, like in terms of acting, you might not like Obama, you might not like his politics, but bro, he was the most well-spoken president in my life. I didn't grow up really with Clinton. I think Clinton could be on that same level too. Bro, Obama was there. He got the charisma. He's so well-spoken, bro. He's a god at speaking. I feel like nobody else right now even comes close. Real talk. Nobody comes close.
Next one's in Fair Missoula.
He did.
Last one is in also in Fair Missoula.
to leave the site that is now the crime scene, and I've been running into witnesses here as people have been trying to find the cars, trying to make their way out, and
Okay.
that is where I ran into this.
I might have to go to Fairmzilla then.
The fact is as good as better,
We
or better.
just learned, Joseph, you weren't listening to
You
the
bring up a
program
good point.
here, but Lester Holt, NBC News, just reporting that one of the attendees has deceased, has died
Damn.
from injuries as a result of the shooting. Joseph, you told me off camera that you may have witnessed this, and I'm so sorry to be talking to you in this tragic moment, but can you describe what it is that you saw?
I was attending the rally. I was in the set of bleachers, to the very far left of the podium where Donald Trump was President Trump was speaking. You know,
You
as
don't
they were
stream
friends,
on us,
I
not
heard several
ignoring this?
gunshots. The man beside me suffered a gunshot wound to the head.
Hassan's watching it?
Was instantly killed.
I mean, besides
Fell
me
to
and him,
the
like almost
bottom
nobody
of
else
the
covers any
bleachers.
of this
Another
shit.
woman looked like she got hit
Yeah.
in the forearm or hand, and then at that point in time, it was rather.
Yeah, there's almost
chaotic
nobody,
at
like
that point,
XQC would
because
be covering it.
Half the people were looking because they thought it was fireworks.
Fuck up,
and
sorry.
it was gunshots right away. My friend, he
Oh.
hit the deck. I was kind of looking around, just trying to see where the shots were coming from. It seemed to me like the shots were coming from behind the bleachers. It seemed to me the man got hit in the head from behind. He was killed
What the
instantly,
fuck?
as far as I could tell. And at that
Well,
point,
I guess that's good.
the state police and
Yeah.
the SWAT team, started evacuating the bleachers, and then I helped carry the man out of the bleachers to a tent that was behind the bleachers.
You helped carry the
Yeah.
man yourself. What was his condition when you were
To die
carried?
instantly?
He's
Yeah.
deceased.
Yeah, that's the best way it could
How
be.
close were you to him?
Absolutely. Imagine bleeding out over hours.
Did you know the man?
No.
For months, for weeks,
They put
yeah.
a towel over his head and then carried him off.
You said there was another woman nearby who was also injured. Where was she in relation to him?
I believe she was in the bleachers, like either behind, above me, or
Bro,
just
no, I'm
beside
being
me.
serious.
But it seemed like she was
Just
kind of
common
at my
sense.
flank, and then she flinched, and it looked like she had taken a gunshot wound to the forearm and hand.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard multiple gunshots, 8 to 11 shots. We've been hearing it replayed on the video here. Do you remember? Can you tell? I know it was a chaotic scene, but at what point was it immediately when you heard the gunshots that he was shot, or was it later on into the firing?
The first 7, he was hit, and she was hit within the first 7 shots. I counted 7 shots.
What was going through your mind? You were right there. I know it happened so quickly, but what can you tell
Okay,
us about
it's 12. Yeah, you need 12.
First, I was in shock because I know gunshots sometimes. I knew there were gunshots. I couldn't tell from where they were coming from. And when I noticed someone got hit, then I noticed, well, it seemed
Should I
like
take
they
it to
were coming
max?
behind me. And it just was pandemonium. And then I heard some more shots. I couldn't quite tell where they were coming from. But I counted the first 7, and they were very loud, very close. And it killed one man and wounded another woman.
And Joseph, you told me that you're a doctor, you're an OBGYN. How did that background play into how quickly you were sort of able to assess the situation and know what happened to these individuals and know what was going on?
Well, I told the police, I tried to render assistance. I told the police I could render assistance. They had another physician on the EMT team, so they kind of took over. So they didn't really need me, so I kind of helped carry him down initially out of the bleachers.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't, the man that got hit, there was no assistance that needed to be given, and unfortunately his family witnessed the whole thing. It seemed like he had several family members in the bleacher with him, and they were quite upset. They didn't know, they were in shock. They didn't quite know what was going on, but the man was definitely killed instantaneously.
Could you tell us sort of how many family members or people who knew him were with
Jesus.
him, and what was their reaction?
I thought there was 5
I think
people
she's
there.
supposed to be okay.
2 of them are relatively hysterical.
Oh my god.
So, but they were, when we took the man out of the bleachers, he went to the tent. There was an 8 tent or something.
She's critical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they took the body, and they immediately evacuated the family with them. And 2 out of the 5, it seemed, in shock, hysterical. Like they were still trying to process what was going on.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard the shots. We saw the president go down.
I saw President Trump get hit.
I'm just gonna do this,
Can you
boss.
tell us what details you remember?
It seemed like his head was off to the side, and it seemed like he got nicked in the ear.
Was that before the Secret Service took him down to the ground, covered him?
Right before the Secret Service. I mean, it was maybe
President
I can't
Trump.
tell, time dilates when like this. It seemed like it was a
Oh
second.
my god.
Like the first 7 shots.
That was
went
close,
off,
yeah.
The man got hit. He was killed almost instantly. The woman and bleachers. She got injured, then she got hit before him in the hand. And then in those rounds that were fired, again, I was videoing the event, so that's when I saw Trump hit him. And it seemed to me like he was looking at the side of the ground, raising his ear.
So Jesus.
Could you tell if the gentleman
Other people said it was glass from the teleprompter that hit him. It's hard to know. We'll find out later. Literally less than an inch from death. Think about that. Fucking insane. Left is trying to downplay us.
So he's directly facing us again. It seems to me like
this is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
For me, it
It's
seems
a
like
huge
the
deal.
man's in the way. You know, I guess. Now it seemed like the man was in the way of the shot.
There's also left-wing people aren't responsible for this, right? They're not.
The man
It's a crazy person. Like, yeah, that's...
And I know you're in shock and still processing all of this.
I kind of feel like they shouldn't be talking to him right now. He just went through something crazy.
Something horrific. What can you tell us about your state of mind right now?
You know, I've had opportunities to go to these rallies before. It's the first one I ever went to, and you know, time off to go do it.
Man,
go, but you know, it's everyone, you know, it's something you don't expect. It's like hold on,
Ow, I got crushed.
You know, the way politics goes in this country, it just seems like it's really polarized. Everyone's just very angry. Honestly, Sean just didn't have enough.
He's right. He's 100% right.
To the event with.
He's 100% right.
Back on the bleachers, it's really open. You know, I got this sense. You know, someone really wanted to do something. I was totally happy. I was like, you know, something bad was going to be happening. This is the perfect venue. And I just said this.
They agree.
I was like, this is the perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
And you know, surprisingly enough, it happened.
A devastatingly crushing observation.
Yeah, he's right.
Let me ask you one more question, because from where I was, there was confusion, then Trump stood up, and there were some cheers, and then people sort of remained, those that worked in certain media zone where you were, people were still sort of cheering, talking, trying to figure out what was going on. How quickly did you know that whether or not there was still a dangerous situation? It seems like people sort of...
Stop being investigated for an assassination attempt? You think so? I could see, yeah.
Well, it seemed like the shots went off. Everyone thought it was a crowd. Everyone, I think, got a sense. I looked out to the crowd. Everyone thought it was a reaction. They thought it was a crowd. They thought it was gunshots. They just like I got hit.
Yeah.
And it did.
For those of us that didn't see,
yeah, they didn't know what the fuck happened. That was a joke.
You know, that this was, in fact, a dangerous and deadly situation.
Oh, it was a dangerous and deadly situation. I mean, the problem is it's a large crowd. And when the gunshots went off, I think they were, again, my sense was they were being shot behind. So
This is a good point this dude brings up. It's his only message in chat.
Okay, well, someone brought fireworks. I just knew better. I knew gunshots sounded. And, you know, when I saw the guy took a gunshot wound to the head, and I saw the woman who got hit in the face, and it wasn't fireworks. I mean, it was fireworks initially, but I think the majority of the crowd was gunfire. And I think people took it really seriously when the SWAT team started jumping over.
Yeah, seriously. What's the fuck?
I don't know.
I can't believe I dodged that.
Joseph, I can't imagine what it takes to describe what you just witnessed in these moments. Maybe I can also be thankful so much for sharing. Lester?
I might just run away for this, yeah. Not worth it. Not worth being near him for that.
These people have experienced the horror of opening fire on the ground and on the former president was the first thing that we had to hear this rally tonight. As we've been reporting, one of the spectators is in critical condition. The shooter is also
Bernie.
the Butler County DA.
Yep.
Is also deceased. Senior White House.
Oh, too bad.
Oh. That's correct, Lester. This is from President Biden, who is in Rehoboth, and he talks about this incident. He begins by saying, I've been briefed on a
How'd I miss that?
I mean, that's as good as it could have been. That's so good he probably didn't say that. Yep.
I'm like one hit away, dude. There we go.
Yeah.
The fire giant isn't much of a problem for me. You can get pretty consistent with them. It's just that one. I've seen speedrunners struggle on that one attack that he does with where he flame sprays all over the arena, but he doesn't tend to do it if you're really close to him too much. I think I need intelligence at 11. Yeah, he doesn't tend to do it too much if you're really close to him. So that's kind of where you want to be with the fire giant, like pretty close to him. And if he does do the flame spray, you kind of want to get on your horse and run diagonally away from him. Diagonally, like kind of like perpendicular to the flame spray. Perpendicular and diagonally away. Yeah. But you can get pretty consistently good at fire giant, and it's not that difficult to do. Oh, butterfly. The first time I came to this, I thought you were supposed to like jump in there, but you're not. So I wanted to bring Melania with me to the DLC, but you know, there's probably like one line of dialogue somewhere where she says something. So I might just. It's okay. It's okay. We'll do it next time. I know I'm probably going to play through the game again on a new game save file anyway, so we'll do it then. Oh, straight up, I didn't even use my dry liver. I didn't even heal once. That is crazy. Okay.
I have long observed the land, this world, and death. Are you to commit? Let my hand.
We'll do it in the new game save file when I have all the smithing stones unlocked already. I just really want to play with these new weapons, man. They seem so fun and interesting. I just want to play with them. Alright, welcome to Fair Missoula. In Fair Missoula there is a lot of somber smithing stones. Ancient dragon smithing stones. Mostly sombers, but there is a lot. It is like an endgame area, so that's why. Anyway, welcome to Fair Missoula. I'm sorry, Melania, I can't take you with me to the DLC, unfortunately, but we're gonna do this instead.
I disagree that the left isn't responsible for this. We'll talk about it after all this wraps up.
I don't think so.
You know what? We did have the scene where a few rows back, and after, you know.
Yeah, we talk about it after.
The president, and then we were all standing there, listening, and then they had put him on, and the next thing we did was we heard 3 shots.
I don't really need to kill these guys, but I love this weapon. This weapon is so stupid.
Fuck you! You know that's what he's saying too. That's the best part.
This weapon is so stupid. I love it. This is the best weapon.
Ooh, they shot his ass.
From your standards, to see where the shots were coming from, was it obvious?
Oh, here's Biden. Yep. Did you order it? Bro, Connor types the dumbest shit on Twitter. Oh my god.
You know, we look at the videotape and it appears some people didn't quite.
It doesn't take any SP, which is awesome.
Were you one of them who was not quite sure what you were witnessing?
Man.
Now you can roleplay as a perfumer, and that's amazing. You wear the perfumer set, you're just set to go, man. You got the perfumer thing. Some people just won't even know. Like, if you're not careful, newer players won't even know that you're not even like a real perfumer. That's the best part. So for one of the smithing stones, you have to kill the dragon in this area. The best way I know how to kill this dragon is to kind of stick close to his feet. Don't go for his head. His head kind of sucks. It's a terrible place to attack.
Are they trying to sell shirts? Of course. Of course they're trying to sell shirts, man. Yep.
Have you been to one of these rallies before?
Oh shit, okay.
Oh god. Restart saying it was staged.
But I can tell you the chaos that this created. It was, everyone was scared. You know, you see the president, the former president, and what's happening, and you know, and then when I ascertained what had happened from my Pennsylvania State Police friend, it was very scary. But it was my understanding.
I fucking bet.
But that's
Holy. Reddit's having a meltdown? Yeah. Look at 50 Cent's Instagram.
Who cares what 50 Cent has to say? I'm sorry, but who cares?
No. No. Oh, bro. No.
Who the fuck is 50 Cent, you know? In this situation.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What are you going to say? I know the vibes. Didn't he get shot like 8, 9, 11 times, something like that? Yeah. Shooter identified? Yeah. 9? Oh, this dude, 50 Cent's a tank, man. How do you get shot 9 times? That's a lot. Did anyone die? Unfortunately, yeah. One person died for sure, the other person was in critical condition. Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, it really sucks.
It's horrible.
Yeah. All right, Terry, thank you very much. We continue to look at some of the pictures of the acting man, showing you some of the still photos of the crouched down for safety. Not sure that I want to tell you,
If you can get a hit on his head, do it, but it's just not reliable enough.
Bro. These headlines are unbelievable. Yeah, they're really messing up with this. Media is really doing themselves a disservice by this. MAGA responds with outrage after Donald Trump injured. What are we doing?
Share your thoughts.
What are you doing that for? They doing themselves such a disservice by this. Yeah, they really. There's such a disservice.
Oh, I bled him. Alright, so that's that ancient dragon. The first dragon fight. You get one from there.
Yeah, you can
I can also tell you that based on a message to staff obtained by our colleagues here at NBC, Alex Smith and Matt Dixon.
There's 3 in Fair Missoula, not including the Sombers. There's 1 Somber in Fair Missoula. Yeah.
They are directing staff members to not speak with members of the media. They want what they describe as a total lockdown here. They add that personal safety is of the utmost importance here. To pray, remain vigilant, and be strong. That is the messaging now, according to NBC News, that Trump campaign staff members are getting from the top. As there is just, it is always, and of course it is chaotic in the moments after something like this happens. And it's also, I think, another reason to be extraordinarily careful of what and how we report what we know has occurred here, and what is just a historic day here in the United States.
Yeah, and then of course, Hallie, we are here at the weekend before the.
Hopefully this gets people to like dial in the extremist rhetoric and like calls for violence.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
hope so
kind of
too.
Like, I think this is definitely like a tipping point. Where like doing that from this point on will be like seen very differently.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'll be seen differently a lot. Whether people get banned for it or not, that's, you know, who knows. But it will be seen much differently.
Like, this is a real consequence from it, you know?
Yeah, for sure, of course.
Is going to be the movements of former President Trump. How long is he going to remain at the medical facility where he's at now? Where will he head after that? Does he still plan to be at the Republican National Convention starting on Monday?
Yeah, he'll be there.
At some point between now and, of course, next week, he will
Yeah.
announce his presidential. That is obviously taking a
I mean, let's be honest.
immediate question of his own safety and
I can't believe they gave this weapon weight.
Like you look at it from his perspective, like the fact that they didn't get him.
I feel like this weapon should be taking, like, taking FP or something, but it's not.
Makes him look so good. Like from his POV, I think that's what he's thinking.
Lester, we are, and our Monica Alba, who covers.
That's why, like, the first thing, bro, he immediately fixes his fucking hair. He does, like, yeah,
It makes him
stay
look really
strong.
good, yeah.
Bro, this is a dude that's been in media 50 years. Come on. Yeah, he knows what this is. He knows this, yeah. He's not stupid. He's a master opportunist? Absolutely. Yes. 100%.
Dude, I love this weapon. This weapon is so dumb. I love it. Great Grave Glowvort. That's one of the Great Grave Glowvorts.
Listen to this. Trump assassination witness.
Oh, apparently there's multiple here. Where's the somber? Found
His
in a
hair,
small
bro.
church right before beside the Great Bridge. You have an elevator shortcut from the Grace. Beside the Great Bridge, take the elevator down. And take every right possible. Oh. I think I know where that is.
Damn. Oh. Oh.
This weapon is so dumb, but I love it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa, oops. You... Holy fuck. What the hell are they doing?
Oh, there's the somber bell bearing.
The angle,
Cool.
yeah.
Number 4. I love this weapon. This is so stupid. Alright. I said that's somber 4 or 5.
Gotcha, bitch.
Found in a small church in Cromwell Fair, right beside the Great Bridge Grace.
Damn.
Probably near the end, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Want to take him alive for questioning? Probably too risky. Yeah, it's probably too risky. Aaron Harkonnen doing interviews.
Somber 9, let's go.
Shooter's dead? Yeah. He dead? Well, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. This is such a fun weapon, dude. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
We may need a divine weapon.
Holy fuck, bro, he just because they blew his head off.
President Biden, he is going to stand at that podium and we believe
I don't think you can get riposte on this, can you?
but he will address the nation about these events tonight in Florida.
Right.
Currently wounded, former President Trump, who is said to be
Right.
okay, killed a spectator, wounded in critical condition. The shooter who has not been identified. We know nothing about that person's background. What might have motivated the shooter is said to be deceased.
No surprise. Oh, there he is.
Rolling out.
There he is.
And here is the president.
Thoroughly briefed by all the agencies in the situation. Based on what we know now, I have tried to get a hold of Donald with his doctor.
Great grave glowforts.
I plan on talking to him shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America where this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that are engaged in making sure that people, and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe in the audience. I don't have
Right.
all that detail to make it available to you. I may be able to come back to you a little later tonight. We'll put out a statement if we don't. If I'm not able to, if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem.
You're right.
But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody knows condemn. Everybody.
Yeah.
Keep you informed, and if I may speak to
This might be a difficult fight with this weapon.
so far, it appears to be well. Number one, two, thoroughly investigating the incident, and the audience is possibly at there's some reports, but not final reports. Every agency is going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing if anything happened. They learned more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to you tonight. And I'll get back to you if I do, okay? I don't know enough. I really don't have the facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before this comes. Thank you.
The president stopping short of calling this an assassination attempt, but noting that
I don't know. I mean, do we really know if it was political? Maybe the
President
dude just didn't like red
President
hats.
Biden speaking out against the scourge of political violence, saying there's no room for this.
Bro, the zombie. Yeah, y'all saw
And
that?
reported a few moments ago the Biden campaign to take down its advertising cause and its political advertising in the wake of this. We know that the president.
Yeah, y'all gotta give him some slack. He just woke up like 15 minutes ago. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
God.
Critical condition, and again, the shooter we don't know a lot about right now. Is also deceased. Let me go back to Kristen Welker, our Washington D.C. bureau. The White House getting out in front of it very quickly.
Lester, they sure are, and President Biden condemning this in the strongest terms possible.
I wonder why they're waffling about this assassination thing. It's obvious assassination. Like, what are we talking about? Why?
Everybody.
Why are they
must condemn
waffling?
it.
They just
He
they
did
just
say
look
he
so
had
stupid.
tried to speak with
Like, what are
the
you
former
doing?
president, who he
Why would
referred
you
to
why would you
as
do that? Why would you
Donald.
say that?
He also noted, Lester, that he is receiving thorough, robust briefings from his national security.
I think they're just trying to be careful.
Assassination's a strong word. Well,
throughout the night. The White House will undoubtedly
Trump would agree.
It's pretty strong too, huh?
As you point out, as they have pulled down and are working to pull down all of their ads, as the Trump campaign is in a media blackout, it speaks to the seriousness of this moment, the gravity.
Yeah, somebody. Yes, that's true. Good point. Yeah, somebody else already got killed.
Has just shifted in our American politics.
There might be two people that got killed. We just don't know yet.
Act of political violence, which, as the president said, cannot and will not be tolerated, and does come as everyone is preparing to go to Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, another event that will be met with heavy security. The perimeter there will be quite strong, quite large. Getting into the actual area where the convention is taking place will undoubtedly require going through Maggie Piles, making sure that
Oh shit, he
no
came.
one is armed going into that event. But again, Lester, this just underscores, I think, there's something fundamental
Rest.
has really shifted in American politics.
Yeah, it's been
Right before he came here.
talked about, but to see it play out on this scale is certainly horrifying. Kristen, thank you for that. We'll go back to you in a bit. Let's bring in our senior Washington correspondent, Hallie Jackson. A statement from Donald Trump Jr., the former president's son.
There we go.
Yeah, via a spokesperson to our
What's
colleague
he
Peter
saying?
Nicholas, that listen, you heard President Biden say he tried to reach former President Trump on the phone. We know that the former president's son has spoken with him in a statement saying they just talked on the phone. But Donald Trump Jr. is saying that his dad is in great spirits, that he will never stop fighting to save America, no matter what in Donald Trump Jr.'s words, no matter what the radical left throws at him. So What we can glean from this, a couple of things. That former President
Dude, Trump is just winning, even. He's just like, he is the master marketer, dude.
Family members, at least with his son, Donald Trump Jr. We know that he is receiving medical treatment at a local facility with this rally happening, of course, in Butler, Pennsylvania. And we know that there has been a slew of reaction, as Kristen, as you, as others have talked about from both sides of the aisle here, strongly condemning political violence after this
Trump's speech after this has the potential to go so fucking hard.
All right, Pally, thank
It
you.
probably
It
will.
will be historic.
US ambassador to the UN was just a few yards
Yeah.
from the former president when the shots rang out. Thank you for joining us, sir. Can you tell us what you saw?
Well, I was just with the president a few moments earlier before he came on stage, and everything seemed like a normal day. But when he walked down that red carpet and walked up to the podium, and after
me
he
fill up
spoke
my
for
water.
about 10 minutes, I was
If
sitting
he
in the
speaks
front
tonight,
row
it'll be
at the
over.
end of the runway, but
Bro,
all of a sudden these shots
I'm gonna
broke
be
out.
honest,
And I think
guys.
there was people that
After the
thought
first
it was
debate, it was
possibly
over.
fireworks, but I seen the
Like,
gun smoke, and
it was over.
obviously there was a person about 15
Now
feet
it's
behind
really-
me
now
that
it's
was
Jover.
hit. I think severely wounded at the least. But
2 confirmed dead. Is that true?
nonetheless, the crowd stayed pretty calm for the most part. And,
Damn.
This whole situation is just insane, dude.
Holy fuck, man, that's sad.
And then
That's really sad.
a little pause, and then we heard a different caliber gun
I
fired,
can
which
summon
assume is
Bernal
probably
for
the
this,
Secret
but I don't think I
Service,
want
but,
to.
Then I thought I heard another couple of rounds come off, but it felt like it was behind me, but it could have been the echo.
Did you hear the President Trump say?
No, he was just giving the typical rally speech.
Yeah.
That he
Conor McGregor tweeted? I bet he did.
Talking about his plan for America.
But as the shots rang out, did you hear him cry out? Did someone tell him to get down and then instinctive?
Yeah, we heard that. We heard everybody say.
Yeah, I bet he says something about it, right? I'm trying to find it.
Maybe he had been hit more severely than he was. I mean, it's already severe. And
Somebody gotta link it to me.
It hit his ear. It could have been a little bit closer. It could have been disastrous. But when he went down,
Yeah, I seen it.
He put his fist up in the air and his hand up in the air.
Mr. Beast tweeted.
Knew he was okay.
Oh shit. Future
Dude, who
President
cares
Mr.
what
Beast?
who cares what Mr. Beast says, dude? Again, who cares?
Critically wounded. Has it settled in how close a brush everybody in that setting came tonight?
Yeah, and there's a lot. This interesting listening to the people as they define the scene and what was going through my mind.
Jesus.
Of course, being a little older, many of those that were there, but I was recalling the Kennedy assassination and some of the other attempts.
Oh, fuck! It tracks you.
Yeah.
Tracks you really hard.
Remember somebody threw a shoe at Bush?
Is that
Bro,
true?
Bush dodged it too.
It's shocking.
Remember that? He's
but
like,
most people.
Is the second one?
There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
Understandably. Ambassador, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We're glad you and yours are safe tonight. Retired ATF Special Agent Jim Kavanaugh is with me. By now, as you know, we've been reporting that the shooter in this case is deceased and presumably shot by law enforcement. I think the next question will be, is this a lone operation?
This probably is.
Conspiracy. Those are two different
It's probably not a big conspiracy. It's probably just a crazy person.
You at least put the dots together.
Yeah, that's what I bet.
We'll start with the deceased shooter.
Yeah.
Let's identify him.
I think I should switch weapons.
Alex Jones.
Just because, like, they're probably resistant.
Etc. for your associates, confederates, start interviewing around the circle again.
I see how I find it.
Dug out a lot from the reporters and the witnesses since we last talked, but it appears that maybe the shooter seems like to be watching the video closely. The first shot or two is where the President Trump reacts.
Hey Jim, let me just stop you. I just received a new piece of information. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Uh-oh.
From a
This might take a while, by the way. I don't know how far this boss
That
is.
changes a lot in terms of
I don't
the
find this boss
security posture.
incredibly hard, but it is definitely hard.
It does, but what's surprising to me is that a shooter can get in an elevator at any kind of a Secret Service event. Because the first thing that the service does is they get all the elevated positions.
Well, they apparently did. They missed one. You know, BlizzCon does a better job than this. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, Karen Top set the record straight on this.
The president turned his head to the right. The first shot, the second shot.
Suspicious fake? It's not fake. Shut up.
Right here.
It's not fake.
And then he absorbed volition when
people want it to be fake because they know it. Like the people that want it to be fake are people that are against Trump. They don't like Trump. They're like, this will make Trump look good, so it's fake. Fuck out of here. Stop. It's not fake.
Jesus.
And that was close. I don't know if you can tell me exactly what it was. That one is very, very close. But I mean, that's what John's witness.
This is probably a joke, but it's funny. President Trump will be at tonight's UFC fight? Ain't no way. Bro. No fucking way. Oh my god. Please be true. I don't think Secret Service would let him, probably. Seems very unlikely.
That's one of the most difficult things when you do outdoor.
Yeah, like, I mean, realistically, like, it would be, that would be anime, right? That definitely would be anime, but it's probably not going to happen.
What's on the inside? When you do open rally like this, right? You're outside. You have to worry about line of sight issues. Line of sight is a massive problem. Why is it a problem? Because somebody can be out in the distance and really engage a target from a long range. And there's weapons out there that allow you to do this. So even though, let's say you come to this area, you've got the magnum,
damn it.
you've got the tactical element, everything's locked and tight.
Shoot on a roof? No, I saw it. There's a video of like a dead body on a roof.
Cover everything.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
That's a problem. These are
already seen
probably,
it.
of all the
I
types
can't
of
show
defenses
it.
you can do, these are probably the least favorite among Secret Service agents because you have the inability, and even if somebody is in an elevated position or not, how do you secure all those elevated positions when you have weapons with the capabilities that are able to shoot?
Yeah, just look it up. What the fuck?
Oh boy.
You point about weapons that can shoot long
oh boy.
Things that stand out certainly in the crowd.
Jesus.
No matter what side of the
That was quick.
The fact that this person is at some distance within us.
All right.
Just hours ago, in Pennsylvania, an assassin who they're now reporting is dead fired at least 5 shots at President Trump, hitting him once in the side of the head. And then Trump finally stood up and pushed the Secret Service off of him and said, F you, fight, fight, fight. This is incredible history happening in front of our face. This is happening right out the open. And I told Elon Musk months ago, he agreed and said he should have security. And Trump should have security. The deep state's not playing games. They are going for broke, ladies and gentlemen. And the fact that they attempted to kill Trump, make no mistake, that's who's behind this, means they are going to go all out. The deep state is now going to try to blow up Trump's airplane, and they're going to try to kill Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson and other leaders. This is a full coup against any loyal American defending our
Jesus.
republic in the
How did he do that?
process of the populist movement taking our country back. So I don't say this is an alarm. I was on the show just days ago. We'll post it to X. The crew's coming in right now on Saturday night. We're going to pull it up. Say they're going to try to kill Trump imminently. They're going to try to kill Elon Musk imminently. I don't say stuff just to say it. I say it when I see all the evidence and I know it. And notice how the media's playing out, oh, he's survived this assassination, no big deal. They're blocking the news, incredible footage, they're shot in the side of the head, the blood, him saying fight, fight, fight. This is insane, but thank God Elon has said officially now, he fully endorses and supports President Trump. We need unity right now. And I'm not a drama queen, folks. This is a real fight against the globalists. They want to kill Elon Musk. They want to kill Donald Trump. They want to kill Tucker Carlson. They might even kill Joe Rogan because Joe's really awake now. They can't have this incredibly popular,
what does that mean?
Voices out telling the truth. And I'm in danger too. But I'm down the list a long way.
Yeah.
So America is in maximum danger.
Joe
right now.
Rogan.
We do not need anybody to go out and be violent to respond to this.
That's right.
I know you're smart, you would do that, but the globalists, the next move still up. They're going to stage false flags now. They're warning you for the 100 to 12 days of the election and blame it on Trump supporters. Now that's about to happen. How many times have I said on the show last month? When they try to kill Trump or kill Trump, then they stage the attacks. Then they come after Musk and
Let's go.
Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and Alex Jones and everybody else.
Yeah.
So now we're in maximum danger. I'm in Northern California, working on a huge story that breaks tomorrow. I'll leave it at that. But I'll be doing a live show tonight at Infowars.com/show with band.video. We'll be breaking it all down. Follow me at Real Loud Show, Sarah on X. But this is a serious time for America and the world.
It is a serious time. There's nothing wrong about
They're
that.
losing, so they're gonna go for broke. Just like they killed Kennedy in '63. But this time, America and the world's awake. Pray for President Trump. Pray for justice. Pray for a great awakening. And pray for peace. We're breaking it all down at Real Loud Show. It's right here on X.
God, what a wild ride, man. Like, what we live in like crazy times. It's a crazy time to be alive right now, dude. There's me right there. Okay. We live in a crazy time. I think I'm just gonna watch this video. Fuck it. Oh, the finance one. I wanted to watch the finance one.
But it has been announced that Crunchyroll has completely removed the comment section on the platform.
I can't believe they did this. This is so stupid. Why would they do this?
This is a very radical decision, one that
Very.
removes one of the most separating features they have compared to all other streaming services that have anime. And isn't it
It's funny to me because, like, I have Crunchyroll. I didn't even know they had comments because I just
That's
have the
true.
app on my PlayStation 4 over there, and I just watch anime on it.
I mean, anime comments
I've
are
never read a
really
comment. I
degenerate.
didn't even know you could make comments.
funny how every
No
time
idea.
all these companies make decisions that are apparently to make the site more user-friendly, they spend all their time removing things that are actually liked by the users. But before we get into my personal reaction, also kind of the group reaction to this on social media, let's read the reasoning from Crunchyroll themselves
Yeah, I wanna know why.
for this decision. So titled, Protecting Our Community. Why is Crunchyroll disabling comments? At Crunchyroll, we prioritize creating a safe and respectful community environment. To maintain this standard, we are hiding all existing user-generated
Yeah,
content,
so if you wanna
comments and reviews.
if you want to keep a respectful community, you gotta remove the community. Because you give people too much freedom, they're not gonna follow any rules. You know what I mean?
Across all of our platforms.
Or they're not gonna follow common decency.
See, like, to me, I think the problem really is removing the reviews. Because like I could easily see where the comments could be like super inappropriate or like really bad or spam or something like that, right? But like removing the reviews, that's crazy.
We're always striving to enhance the user experience for our fans, including how they connect over the content they love. We encourage fans to share comments and connect with other fans on our social media channels. The user rating system will, however, remain allowing you to express your opinions through star ratings.
Of course.
Yeah, guys, it's for your safety, numbnuts. Don't you get it? We're actually the good guys. We're looking out for you.
Anytime that a website does something for user safety, I usually assume that it will be bad. Like anytime I hear we're doing this to keep the website safe, it's never followed by anything that's in my best interest.
Trusted to deal with people making comments that you might not like. You're too weak to deal with that, so we're gonna save you. Yeah, it's a big load of malarkey. I think this has to do a lot with cutting corners and cutting costs, as always. But on top of that, avoiding...
That's actually a really good point that he brings up, is that they probably have to have content moderators for the comments, and they're paying these content moderators for the comments money. And it's like, if you didn't have the comments, you wouldn't need the content moderators. So like, what value are the comments really providing? Like, why would you give a fuck? No, actually, it makes sense. If you look at it from that perspective, it does.
Criticism. So let's start with this decision itself. It is a terrible one. I think 99% of people do not like this decision because this feature, the comment section, especially in episodes, is what separates this platform from any others that's
I have no idea.
It is something unique that most
I didn't
don't
know that.
have. This was something that people could actually utilize. This was something that I did. I haven't had a Crunchyroll subscription in many years, but back when I did, that was one of my favorite things. After an episode, go to the comment section, see what people had to say about the episode. And yes, sometimes you're gonna run into trolls. You're gonna run into spoilers. But guess what? That's the internet, okay? It's gonna happen no matter where you're looking for any sort of feedback on an episode you just watched. And on top of that, if you have an issue, right? If you have an issue with people spamming things, doing misleading things in the comment sections of these episodes,
look at them. Yeah.
More moderation. It's that simple.
Well, that's why they don't do it. That's he's explaining the reason why they got rid of it. Because more moderation. Now, what does moderation mean? Money. Moderation means you have to pay somebody to do it. Now, you have to fuck around and deal with paying all these people, dealing with these people, paying people to deal with the people. Meanwhile, they can just delete the fucking comments and say, fuck that, it's not a problem. I think the real problem here is the getting rid of the reviews. That's crazy.
More moderators, but of course, that costs money, and you know that's one of the reasons, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But this decision itself to remove comments is also clearly an act of censorship. Let's be honest here, okay? We know that a lot of this...
Somebody says, what if YouTube decided to remove comments? Any user can close comments to any video. So actually a user can decide to do that whenever they want.
Is to censor negative reviews on episodes, negative reviews on articles, things like that. Because I believe in Crunchyroll's mind, they think if people are leaving negative comments about an episode, people might look at the comments first and say, a lot of people don't like this, or a lot of people don't like this series, or this article must be pretty bad. So they either leave negative comments themselves, or they just avoid it completely. I guess that...
I think that's true, and I actually don't like that. I don't think you should change it based off of this, but I think it's very true, and it's a problem that, like, people look at the consensus of something, and then they're like,
why is there a dragon here?
It's the way that they see it. So, like, instead of looking at it objectively, like, from their own mind, they look at it in the context of knowing that everybody else doesn't like it, and that causes everybody to, like, think about it differently.
I don't remember there being a dragon here.
Behind this decision, and really, with Crunchyroll and censorship, is it really that surprising that they would do something like that? No, it's really not. And the second reason I think they're doing this is to cut corners. Like I mentioned,
that's the real reason,
they need more moderation if there's an issue with these comment sections going awry. And of course, to have more moderation, what do you gotta do? You gotta pay more moderators. And time again, Crunchyroll has proven that they don't want to go the extra mile when it comes to paying for things like that. And on top of all this situation, of course, it's Crunchyroll. Why would they do anything that's beyond what they have to do? They have been squeezing money out of their customers for years.
That's what every company does. Like, that's just, I think every streaming company, I don't know about Crunchyroll, but like, I've never heard of a streaming company being profitable. I think that the companies that are trying to get into streaming are trying to get into it because they think that it will be profitable in the future. And what's happening now is that people are realizing, like, there's a market cap on streaming. There's only so many people that are going to want to buy streaming services. There's only so many streaming services that can exist in the public space. And so now you're seeing these companies cut corners like crazy. Instead of just giving out free trials and saying no ads, now they're trying
I don't remember there being a dragon here.
Because that
but I didn't record my playthrough, so I have no idea.
And so I think that's the real reason. Because none of these companies are making any money, and they're starting to realize that investment is drying up. Because, like, you're investing in something. The biggest things that people like investing into are things that have an unknown return. Because as soon as you know how much money you make, it's instantly less exciting.
Basically
This is just a
gambling.
joke. And I think for them, it's obvious it's not just censorship, it's also the cost of doing this. And on top of this, there's been a lot of negativity recently, and I don't think Crunchyroll wants to deal with this. So there's two examples that come to mind about recent shows that are causing issues in the comment section. So number one, Senpai wa Otaku no. So for those who know, it is an anime about a cross-dressing man, a male identity.
Right. Yeah, I bet the comment section for that is going to be very reasonable.
Yeah.
Identifying character who cross-dresses. A male identifying character, but for some goddamn reason, Twitter has convinced themselves that this character is trans for their own political agenda. And it's very, very weird, and there are battlegrounds in the comments of those episodes, and it's really, really messy, and maybe they don't want to...
It's because a lot of the people don't understand any of the actual gender nuances or any of the actual, like, they view everything through the same lens that the people that they criticize view it through. Because, like, there's plenty of guys that like dressing up as girls. That doesn't make them transsexual. It doesn't make them girls either. It just makes them guys that like dressing up as girls.
Like
being
Vlad
a
and
femboy being
Finister.
trans are two very different things. There's a huge spectrum to this.
Moderated, people just don't want to deal with it at all. And that's maybe something to look at, but that whole situation is way too big for this video. That's something
You would
might
know?
look into
I do.
in a future video.
Guys, I've been on the internet 25 years. I know all
He
about it.
knows.
No.
He
I don't
was the
want anybody
progenitor.
to get the wrong impression. I know the whole spectrum. I get it.
Video. And on top of that, they recently got busted showing AI translated subtitles in the episodes of My Dear Friend Nokutan.
Yeah, I saw
now,
that.
That whole situation is something I covered a few days ago. It was a pre-scheduled video I had actually recorded almost a week ago, and I'm glad I kind of waited because that's when things kind of blew up with that anime and the AI translations on Crunchyroll. So, to clarify, it was not Crunchyroll who made the actual subtitles for that episode. It was a third party. However, Crunchyroll just accepted them, right? It was machine and AI translated subtitles for their episodes of this very popular anime, and they did not proofread it. Like, clearly,
That's
they
the problem. They didn't proofread it. That's what they need to do next time.
not proofread it. And that situation is funny for two reasons. Number one, localizers are really upset, crying about AI translation.
What's the difference between a femboy and a transsexual? Sure. Education. So a femboy is somebody who identifies as a boy. A transsexual is somebody, if you're assuming it's a boy, identifying as a woman. So if you ask a femboy, are you a guy or a girl? They're going to say, I'm a guy. If you ask a trans person, are they a guy or a girl? They're going to say they're a girl. You understand? And also, femboys are not taking hormones. They're not undergoing surgery. Now, some
That's pretty reasonable.
femboys do some form of surgery in order to make them look more feminine, but not in the same way that transsexual people do. These are two very different things. So, and there's also drag queens, which are like closer to femboys than trans, but even that's a little bit different. Like femboys and drag queens are different too. They're very different. Yes, exactly. And so you guys see what I'm saying, right? Twinks. So twinks are just simply guys that look very young and fit that are gay. That's it. It's like a bear is like a big hairy gay guy. A twink is a little skinny gay guy.
It's an ancient dragon.
Do we have any other questions? You guys not understand this? Is Mikkel a trans or a femboy? He's a femboy. Yes. Bro, everything absolutely.
There should be
How do you
one
know
more.
this?
Oh yeah, there is one
Because
more.
I'm a professional degenerate.
As you do.
Can think of any conspiracy theory, any fetish, any type of weird paranoia, anything stupid, any known person on the internet who is acknowledged as crazy or insane. And not only do I know about it, but I probably know more than you do about it. I've been on the internet for a really, really long time. Can you explain pansexual? That's somebody who's attracted to all genders. I think the reason why people
Why is that
shift
different
into
than bi?
pansexual rather than bisexual is because bisexual implies a gender binary and pansexual doesn't. So yes. Also, with being bisexual, the implication sometimes is that it's 80-20, where you're like 80% attracted to women but 20% to men, whereas pansexual implies a equal distribution.
Really? I had no idea.
Anything else?
Fuck.
Is that it?
How did I fuck it
Bisexual is
up?
pansexual then, in a way. Is Griffith gay? No, he's not gay. He's not gay in any capacity.
And the important questions here. Is Griffith gay? I can't believe. Is Griffith
evil
gay?
decide to nerf your powers? Well, that's just the way it is. What's my percentage? 100%. Anything else? Difference between pansexual and omnisexual? I think omnisexual, a lot of times people use that term whenever they're referring to people that have humanoid features, but also animal features. I think it's like just like also cat girls and things like that, fox girls, like
Gross.
lizard guys. I think so, but I don't really hear that a whole lot, so I'm not sure about that one, to be fair. Yeah, like kind of furries, yeah, something like that. Demisexual is somebody who can only experience sexual gratification with somebody that they have intense personal feelings for.
So that's
And like the
normal,
sexual
isn't it?
gratification comes from more the personal feelings rather than the physical sensation.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Correct?
I've
You know
never
this
heard of this one.
Explain unbirth, please. The opposite. I know what that is. I don't want to explain it, but it's exactly what you think it is. Yes. I'll do two more, and then I want to move on. Why do you have this knowledge? It's weird that people think that it's weird that I know this. Yeah, can you explain the Big Mike conspiracy? You mean that Michelle Obama is actually a man? Of course I can. I can explain that very thoroughly. With the college photos and everything going forward.
Oh my God,
Absolutely.
is that really a conspiracy? Like people actually discuss about that?
I'll
Oh
do
my
one more. Maybe two more. I don't know, it depends. We have Zach saying conspiracy and friends. Oh, absolutely. Asexual means somebody's not attracted to anyone.
Why is this guy here?
Explain harp. That's what controls the weather. What's the name for someone that gets turned on over being eaten? Somebody gets turned on over being eaten. I think that's just that's a subset of like hybristophilia, right? Where that's like women that get attracted to the sensation of their life being in danger. I think that's like a component of that. Vor? Well, no. Like, yeah, obviously vor, but there's like a medical term for it as well. Yeah, it's getting weird. No, I'm telling. All right. Anyway, I think that I've explained enough, right? Here's the point. I wish if everybody knew as much as I did about this stuff, nobody would be upset or confused. Because everybody, you just know. Like, this isn't confusing to me at all. Can you explain the conspiracy why Sony won't put Bloodborne on PC? Okay, that's one I can't.
People are just looking at things and saying, well, AI
Why isn't Bloodborne on PC, bro?
At least it's AI translations, not your woke, ridiculous localizations. That we would rather have machine translations than your garbage localizers. But on top of that, it made Crunchyroll look really bad because clearly they weren't proofreading anything. They're getting these translations for a very popular anime right now, and they're just eating it out. I believe the translations were machine translated for the English, German, French,
I would
and
expect
maybe
that,
other
for sure.
set of translations.
Absolutely.
But the major countries, and they were completely botched. And they couldn't take the time to sit down, even for episode 1, to watch through the episode and make sure these translations were at least...
Yeah, it indicates a lack of giving a fuck.
Because in some cases, they were completely incomprehensible. They made absolutely no sense. So I think maybe some of these events, these recent events that have made Crunchyroll look bad, or there's some hostility going on in the platform, I don't know if those helped with this decision. Who knows? But really, overall, I think this is a terrible...
Somebody says newer Crunchyroll releases are unwatchable in English because they have random memes and woke comments. The problem with that is that I agree with you, but I also don't agree with you. And I'm not sure how to approach something like that. Like, for example, I watched Shangri-La Frontier, and it had a lot of, like, kind of gamer lingo in it. That was, like, contemporary gamer lingo. But also the guy was a gamer. So it's like, the odds are he probably would have...
I've been watching Suicide Squad Isekai, and it's full of, like, just weird references.
People think that it's stupid. So I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Terrible look for Crunchyroll, and again, why wouldn't people pirate anime?
Yeah.
It just makes those things look even more desirable to people and attractive to people. You think about what Crunchyroll brings to the table, right? You're paying a good price for Crunchyroll, a price that continues to increase over time.
Probably a lot.
People have put up with a lot with Crunchyroll. Bad quality of their broadcast. The website constantly crashing and having technical issues. People having issues.
I still can't get over how fucking embarrassing it is that people that are on the internet, that watch anime on the internet and write in comment sections, don't know the difference between a fembully and a transsexual. That is a shock to me. It's a fucking shock. Like, how do you not know that? That's crazy.
Censorship across the board.
Why would I know that? Because you're watching anime on the internet.
Over and over the years. And now you remove really the best.
You should know that.
Why would you keep using...
Why are these birds in Fair Missoula?
Honestly. And then at this point, like, pirating anime, like, to combat piracy, as they always say, the best way to do it is to provide a good service.
Yeah, like
Crunchyroll is not doing that. They were removing everything
That's the somber.
Platform has held dear, and now they're expecting you to not only accept that but pay more for it, and it's ridiculous. But
Lightning Dragon Reigns.
Video, as always, please share
Got
all of your
that
thoughts
one.
about this situation in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed
Fair
the video.
Missoula.
And I'll see you next time.
I think the reason why they're doing it is very simple. It's because they don't want to pay content moderators, and it's because the comment sections, like, I get why they're doing it. It's stupid, but I think, so did they get rid of episode reviews? Is that true? There's the video right there. That was a good, did they actually get rid of the reviews too? I want to know this. That to me is like, if they actually got rid of the user reviews, that to me is like 10x worse than the comments. because like, oh, the comments are like, okay, you know, one of these shows comes out and like 9 out of the 10 comments are like sexual comments of a girl of questionable age in the show. Yeah, Crunchyroll's probably just gonna want to delete the comment section. I can get that, I see that, but like removing reviews, that's crazy. That's crazy. Users can't review. That's way too much, man. 95% of material on Crunchyroll was high school setting and weeboo shit. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It's not like that in the comments, though. At least I never saw anything like it. I have never read a comment on Crunchyroll on purpose. I've probably seen one. I've had Crunchyroll for years. I'm gonna be real. I didn't know that they had comments, really, until I saw this video. Until I... Actually, that's not true. I heard about this news like 2 days ago when it happened. But, yeah. That's it. It's great. Yeah, no, that's it. You mean written reviews? Well, no, I mean like a rating system, right? Comments were so clutch for skipping intro times for One Piece episodes? I mean, I guess so. I mean, I really don't know.
I mean,
if they can't
who
do
actually
both,
watches
the
One
comments will
Piece?
just start being reviews,
You know,
they knew it. Yeah, exactly. But to me, I find it to be so sad that internet anime users used to be like, if you were into anime, you knew all of the difference between every type, like bronies, furries, scalies, femboy,
Really?
fucking drag
I know
queen,
some of them.
transgender, asexual. You knew everything about this. Like you did. This is just like common knowledge. It's the
It
same as
was,
like, you
yeah.
know, how like a, you know, like a certain animal, it's just like a fish is like born and it knows how to swim. Like you just would know this. You would spawn in like this. And now
Spawned in like
yeah,
this?
Fudanari. Yeah, everybody knew what that meant. Duh. But like now, it's a fucking like this is so sad.
Because it's gone so mainstream now. So, I mean, I hate to be that guy. It's like, oh no, it's mainstream now. That's not really what I mean. But like, it's so mainstream that there's no consistency in the fan base anymore. There's too many people around. There's no consistency anymore. You got people from all over the world
so
now.
Stupid nowadays. You're expecting too much out of the general public. Listen, if you're an anime watcher on the internet and you're commenting in a comment section about an anime, you are not a normal person. Okay? Let's be fucking honest. It's just sad. It's sad to see. I feel like the world has people have forgot about so many things.
Dragon Tower Shield. Take me out of here.
You thought divorce was a good idea until you had to pay him
New
child
video?
support? We're 100% gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, you really
This is just a
about
funny
to pay
video.
today because you know Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state, right? Well,
Didn't
you
know
just
that.
found out something today. I'm so glad that you are ready
Christ.
to learn something because you are about to learn today, okay? Child
Oh,
support is
God.
$1,096 plus we need to reimburse that Medicaid, like I told you.
Oh.
So we take that $5,400, do 9% of that. That comes out to $486. $486 plus the $1,096. That bring your child support obligation to $1,582 per month.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Okay, that's
I'm sorry, you said $1,582.
Bro, the
Anything
camera
else?
work.
With your kids?
This video is going viral right now. This woman who said she did not want to feel responsible.
Oh
for
my
her, so
God.
She gave up her kids and now she's having to pay her own husband child support.
That's all.
In November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent and I gave up my kids.
Wow. How brave of you.
I mean, you gotta admit that, like, there's a part of me that admires the honesty. You know, like, you just immediately she just comes out and just says it.
I was just tired of being responsible like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life. And I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle.
Yeah, so get rid of him.
I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is
Bro, you know who I feel bad for? That new guy.
But now I'm here because now I'm trying child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of him all the way up to November, and I couldn't claim him on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed him.
Yeah.
All I can say is, what has this world come to, man? This woman...
Oh, no, I mean, there's been parents that have been, like, throwing their kids away forever, right? Parents have been doing this for a long time.
Oh.
It's really not that crazy that somebody is acting this way. Yeah, no, I put him in the basket, like, remember Moses, right? And there's, like, a lot of stories from this, for sure. But, like, you don't make a TikTok about that shit. You don't go and post this on the internet, though, like...
Mother is mad that she has to pay child support because she abandoned her kids because they didn't fit her lifestyle. Like, could you imagine being so entitled, so evil, to just think that you can just throw away your kids and think that, you know...
people do this. Yeah, for sure, people do. People used to sell their kids. Yeah, no, it's really not... See, I think this dude spent too much time in air conditioning.
I don't know
and
where this is.
You got to remember that the world was not always like the way it is now. And like 200 years ago, people were selling their kids.
From the Dragon Temple rooftop side of Grace, drop down to the red rooftops, head east. Then move past that bird running off to the side instead of using the ladder and head to the dragon. Beware of its red lightning and the birds. From the dragon, head west. There's a somber ancient dragon to the east. Take a breather at the sleeping beast. Run past the standing beast across the columns. A broken down building. Now head east into the building. In front of the beast by the altar there will be the somber stone. Head south and then east towards the great... Oh, I just went into the wrong direction completely. Okay. I put my runes at risk. Let's see if I can get them back.
You really think that people will change that much in 200 years?
The club lifestyle or this, you know, lavish lifestyle is better than the greatest thing on earth, which is...
I'm glad to see women getting the equality they asked for. You don't have to give up your kids just to live a club lifestyle. Now you have to pay child support.
The only time...
Who is this guy?
Having a boyfriend is worth it is when he's able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it.
Yeah, you said it. But wouldn't it just be so much easier to admit that one is broke and can't actually handle being an adult and paying one's own bills?
Oh, Jesus.
Totally fine. She's right, that's totally fine. You want to have a traditional marriage and you want to be a stay-at-home life and have kids, it's totally fine. It's a good thing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what she's saying.
Your husband,
yeah.
If you're gonna be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose?
Well, I could think of several reasons, actually, but what do I know?
He's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title.
Congratulations.
Jesus. Yeah, I lost all my runes.
For figuring that part out.
If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing.
At least they understand the basics.
But
I have a feeling I know what happened to her in the past. I've got a pretty good feeling about what I think might have happened.
If he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it.
Another example of a strong, independent woman who can stand on their own 2 feet. Not at all a gold digger.
But to date a guy...
No, she isn't a gold digger. Like, if you want to be a traditional wife, that doesn't make you a gold digger. Absolutely not.
I do feel like TikTok, this whole idea of TikTok just like... Maybe it's just the internet itself has radicalized us. Like, we're just so free to say whatever's on our mind, and we'll get people that actually agree with us. The people just say whatever the heck's on their mind, even if, like, you really shouldn't be saying it, or, like, it's clearly wrong, or it's clearly kind of inflammatory. Like, if you just say it, you know, and we get support for it, because in the internet, like, every opinion is valid. I think the item is here. It's right behind this guy. Oh yes, it is. Fuck, I wasted my runes for no reason, dude. But yeah, you get things like this, like people just clowning on each other and there's no discussion or anything going on. It's just people clowning on each other like this. I don't know if this woman ever responded, but you know. And people support it because that's just how the internet is. So anyway, let's do the fun part now.
No, that's the way
Upgrade
that
some
they've
weapons.
like we've done things that way for like hundreds of years, thousands of years. Like that's just the way the world works. And the reason the world works that way is because women can't do a lot of things whenever they're pregnant. They're taking care of kids. So like that's the way that, like it works that way because of biology, and it's always worked that way, right? I mean, let's just a second. Hello, go ahead.
Okay, I just checked Google just to make sure. People were selling their kids in 1948.
Ooh, they almost got you.
No shit. Luckily I was only 1 year old then. If I had been 5, I think they would have. Well, my grandfather would have bought me.
Yeah.
And so I would have gone to. I would have been.
Yeah. This is. Yeah.
But that's true shit.
Yeah.
But parents, it's a wiki entry.
Yeah.
And it's a truly. No shit.
Okay.
In New York. And that ain't out in Podunk, West Side, God, Virginia or something. You know, big place. That was in New York City.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Hey.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure yet. I'll give you a call whenever I finish. Okay. All right. Yo. Talk to you later.
Yo. Bye.
Okay. All right. We're good. So, son's working on farms, was this here? And commonplace back in the day? Yeah, absolutely.
And be someone's girlfriend for free. For free?
Is it just me, or is some women completely lost when it comes to actually understanding what the concept of dating is?
Being someone's girlfriend is not worth it, okay? No. If you're gonna be a girlfriend,
For real?
you need to be paying a bill or two.
Yep.
These bills are due. I'm not usually anyone's girlfriend, but I'll make that exception for you if you're willing to pay some bills. If you're willing to pay a bill or two.
I can just imagine all the men running to that woman's profile to take advantage of that situation. You're right.
If her advice was actually good, she wouldn't be single crying on social media, because men won't pay her bills.
The fuck is this Chad? Oh, it's so
Takes this fucking channel.
Who? Exactly.
This
What?
shit is so fucking funny to me. Oh my god.
Should I do a great katana
To get child support?
or a beast claw?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the child has been living with him for almost his whole life.
Yes. Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support. Yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because nothing you're saying is making sense right now. You came to court to ask me to give a child back to you that was taken from you. That's 5 years old. That's pretty much lived with this man the entire time that he has been taken care of.
They took my baby away because my ex-boyfriend is an abuser and I'm not with him anymore, so I want my baby back.
Right, but the child hasn't been living with you. The child has been living with him.
Yeah, because of my ex, and I'm not with my ex anymore.
Yeah, so no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. He would literally have to...
It's crazy how I listen to some of the logic that these girls have, and it's like, I guarantee you this worked in 6th grade. I bet for a fact, like, this is, like, they act like 6th graders, man. Like, it's nuts. Yeah.
Giving you the child back. And then you come in here, after you've been having the child for some time, then you come in here and say, Judge, I want this to be changed. I've been having the child this entire time. I want him to pay child support. That would be a little bit more reasonable. But what you're asking for today is very unreasonable.
Okay, well, give me my baby back, and then I'll come back in a while and ask for child support.
Well, I can't give you the baby because I never took the baby.
Okay? Oh my
Actually,
god.
nobody really took your baby. You lost your baby for your own negligence. with
Oh,
your
I wanted to
boyfriend.
play with the
It
backhand
has
blade,
nothing
but
to
it's
do
okay.
with me. Okay? Now, fill me in over here. The baby was placed with you after the boyfriend hit the baby, and he's been living with you ever since. You've been taking care of it. You pay for everything for the child. What does she do?
I visit.
It's unsupervised.
Okay, congratulations. Financially,
Jesus Christ.
what does she do?
Oh, financially?
Yeah.
No.
Guess.
Oh, that's what I figured. Okay. I
Yeah.
see what's going on here. Yeah, and I'm not about to play this game with you.
Mhm.
You're the one that's going to pay him child support.
What?
Yeah, you are.
He makes like 3 times as much money as I do. I have to give him my money.
Too bad.
It's for the child, so yes.
Man, that sucks.
Oh my god, that's so funny, dude.
That's
some
too
reason.
bad, bro. Like, that's just too bad.
Support.
So as a baby mama, I'm here to say that child support is only for absent fathers. Not because you guys broke up. He's a complete deadbeat, yeah, go for it. If you know that he takes care of it.
Alright, I'll be back. I just need to pee. Okay, you might hear my fan. I turned it back on. It is getting a little hot in my room. You might hear some background noise, unfortunately. But yeah, my fan is on. I hope it's not incredibly loud, is it? Oh, by the way, House of the Dragon should have aired by now. Oh, the title of this stream is wrong. Wow. That's okay. I'll fix it in post.
This kid gets them when he's supposed to. You're just a bit.
I'm here to say one more thing.
Okay.
I just had to drag my AC out of my car to my apartment building. 3 guys passed me. None of them offered to help. None. 0 out of 3.
Or to put it another way,
I hate women that
they
are
did
like this.
Exactly what women have been asking men to do for years now. They ignored you.
I love this weapon. I love this weapon
I'm
already.
not gonna get into this. But I feel like this doesn't happen. Am I crazy? There's a video. I don't think this happens, man. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, they're-
it's like
they're
it doesn't,
blood
like, I guess
people.
like where I'm at, Like, people always hold the door for you. If you're trying to do something, somebody will offer to help you. It's extremely common. Like, I don't know what the what
Fuck
the
is this
problem
sword,
with that is
dude?
at all.
It's so
Yeah,
fucking
I
big.
think it's in some places it's like this, but yeah, I see like there's a lot of these.
I love this
I
Blood
think that
Fiend's
there's like
fork.
a really big problem that like we have right now with like you know, society, you could say, is that there's like two different lifestyles people want to live, where like some people want to have like a
Spear.
traditional lifestyle, and other.
Scales a bit with Arcane. Does this scale with Arcane at all? No, it's primarily a dex weapon. What kind of damage am I doing with this? 754, by the way. Jesus, that is high. I mean, that's in the Shadow Realm, so. Weapon used by Blood Fiends. It deals a little bit of blood loss. Tree tines of carved bone spear the victim to provoke blood loss, a ritual implement for blood offerings to the Formless Mother. At times, the Blood Fiends will spill even their own blood using these forks. Barbaric Roar. Common Soldier Greaves.
People want to have a, you know, like normal, you know, like 21st century relationship where like both people work and like it's 50-50. And so the problem I think comes whenever people try to get the other person to act the way that they want them to, right? And so it's like, well, my way is better, so you're gonna have to do it my
God, I
way
love
and
this
not
weapon,
your way.
dude.
I think that's really what's harmful and that's what's dangerous, right? Respect is not conservative. Yeah, exactly. And so, because I think that both ways of doing things are valid. That they're valid, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily like one's better than the other. But if you try to go and make somebody act
Is
or
there any
behave
other
the way that
weapons?
you want them to,
I think those are
then
the only
now
two that
you're
I
the
have
aggressor. You know, now
right
you're
now.
the bad one. Fence sitter? Well, what do you want me to say? Like I'm kind of curious. What do you want me to say that like women are stupid or like men are dumb? Like what do you want me to do? Like everybody says I'm a fence sitter. In a lot of things I am a fence sitter. Do you know why? It's because neither side is worth getting off on. That's the reason why. Like just because I'm not going to adopt your propaganda doesn't necessarily mean I'm a fence sitter. It just might mean I'm a normal person. So yeah, no, I think both lifestyles are fine. They're fine for different reasons, and you know, both people can have things that work, and if you don't, then that's the issue. And so yeah, if somebody's getting in their feelings about that, I really don't know what to say. I'm gonna be honest, I don't.
All right, I really want to listen to this video. I think this will be a good video.
The growing hatred for finance influencers. What is this?
I think finance influencers are an interesting topic.
Lately, I've noticed my perception of
They make a lot of money, but they're also like extremely untrustworthy. Or they're on just, and even the trustworthy ones are just on the edge, on the cusp of being untrustworthy. So it's like this weird catch-22, you know?
finance YouTubers slowly shifting from educational resource to scammy sales. And I'm not the only one that thinks this.
Financial YouTubers are a cancer. Time and time again, they keep getting away with showing terrible advice to their massive viewer base, and there's never any accountability.
There's a growing sentiment from their followers online that feel the exact same way. But it wasn't
I think the problem is that a lot of these guys take, so this is the issue, I think, is that, and I'm sure she'll probably say this in the video, it's when they take one of the videos and they put an ad in the video, and the ad is about a finance topic, and then people are like, oh, well, I'm going to listen to this because this person I go to for financial advice. That's what really happens.
always like this.
This is the things they promote.
Once trusted sources of financial wisdom are now slowly being perceived as greedy thrifters.
Always has been. Let's see it.
Always has been.
Hey guys, it's Donna. This video was requested by one of you. Shout out or Katiko420. Okay, today we are going to be talking about finance and YouTubers. Now this is a very broad genre, so specifically, we're going to be talking about the educational sector. Your Graham Steffens, Andre Dix, Meet Kevin's.
And this is the problem, right? Is that people go to these guys for advice, but there's no accountability for the advice they give.
These YouTubers have given practical advice for the everyday
I
person.
like Graham Stephan, but he's also like, he's done multiple things that are just very sus, hasn't he?
And also, in a lot of these cases, the baseline low-level advice that they're giving is extremely useful and beneficial. Because, like, somebody doesn't get a big channel making up everything. Right? Like, they're not making all this up. It's not like they only give bad advice.
I think considered one of the most trusted as opposed to someone like Pat Lopez. But people are starting to distrust them as well. A few weeks ago, that was made, but people are...
I wanted to improve my sales without spending thousands of dollars, so I decided to purchase Ty Lopez's course for Black Belt Sales Persuasion Mastery for $97. It turns out the course doesn't even exist. After buying it, I couldn't access it because it's coming soon. So because I basically spent my money on nothing, I decided to give him a chance and emailed his support on multiple channels about when the course will come online. Since in all honesty, I don't want to learn sales next month or even next year, I need it now. Well, nobody answered me. After waiting over 2 days, I decided to request a refund. Well, surprise, I didn't get a refund.
Yeah.
I think that he should say thank you to Ty Lopez. Because he learned something even more important in sales. Not to trust people that are selling courses on the internet. And it only cost him $97. That's a pretty good lesson. Yeah, there you go. That's a life lesson.
Well, a few weeks ago, that was made even more clear in a video by CopyZilla. The peak of this distrust has been prompted by a video from CopyZilla called YouTuber Banking Let Me Withdraw Money.
They were talking about... This is about, again, it's a sponsor, right? This is the issue.
A bank promoted by YouTubers. Now,
right.
Casinos
These are being paid.
Can't get their money out.
In short, YouTubers such as Graham Stephan, Nate O'Brien, and Andre Jick promoted a product that has put many of their followers in financial ruin. This product was Yada Bank, a banking service that seems to have turned into a casino, and now users can't withdraw their money. Individuals on Reddit calling Graham a snake oil salesman that got them screwed. To be fair to Graham and all the other YouTubers that promoted this bank, including Markiplier, it's not completely their fault. There'd be no...
Well, it's not their fault at all. Really, I mean, they didn't know what they were doing. It's just that when you take a promotion for something like this inside of the field that you've built a channel and a reputation for being accurate about, you can't be surprised whenever people take that and they correlate it to thinking that this is something that's also beneficial. That
I do a lot of damage to him.
that you have outlined.
Big crab.
Are important. So yeah, take some responsibility for shit you promote. Well, you can, but like realistically, they like. Basically, I think about it from a perspective, did this person act in good faith by doing this? Did they at any point in time ignore something that they should not have ignored? And I think in a lot of these circumstances, the circumstances that caused the bad thing to happen were not public. So it's not like they really knew this was going to happen. It's not like they knew, oh, this thing is really bad. I'm going to promote it to my followers anyway because I'm getting a lot of money. And I'm not saying that like that totally absolves them of accountability. But if you say that it doesn't, then think about how many other bad things have happened over the years that are scams. And it's like, is everybody who's promoted this accountable? Probably not. But I think the issue explicitly with the finance is the fact that they're doing it from a position of...
And there's also this thing of like, this area of YouTube is completely unregulated. Like, there's no way to hold these guys accountable for their mistakes because it's too new. It's too new. You can't hold them accountable in any way. Do I want to rest? I think I'm fine. Well, I want to rest in the sense that if I die, I want to come back here. So that's why you see all these courses that underdeliver, overpromise and underdeliver, and you see all these delivers the same information just in a course that you find on their YouTube channel, just in a course. This is interesting. I wonder where this goes. I hope I'm not wasting my time. Oh, there's shit here. Anyway, I think I made my point. Potentate 12. Hefty rock pot. What does that mean? Round rock. Heavy damage. Scales primarily with strength though. Craftable item prepared using a capacious cracked pot. Filled to the brim with crushed rocks. Nothing clever about it. I love that.
Authority. That's the difference. Rather than like just a YouTuber promoting some bullshit, who cares? It's that people go to them for financial advice, then they get the advice, and the advice is bad. You see what I'm saying?
Way for any influencer to foresee this disaster. In short, the reason users can't withdraw their money is because of a middleman dispute between the Otis banking partners. The problem is a bit complex, so I'll link some articles that will
It doesn't
explain
feel
this
like a
in
weapon.
detail
It's
if you're
confusing me. It doesn't feel like a weapon at all.
Two intermediaries, Synapse and Evolved Bank, can't agree over transaction and balance ledgers. As a result, thousands of customers have been unable to access their funds because these companies can't agree on how much they have or don't have and who has what.
And realistically, nobody is like the people that are promoting this could have never known this was going to happen.
Oh, I didn't know you could have that
You could have
attack.
never predicted this. Like there's never a point where good advice was like someone went and they would forego good advice in order to take this.
Blaming an influencer for this would be like blaming Mr. Beast if his sponsor, let's say that game Brawl Stars, ever glitches out. It's Brawl Stars' fault if their game glitches, not his.
Exactly.
Yet one peek at Graham's stats.
Well, it would be his fault if he knew it glitched out and he did it anyway. And there's a very big difference there. So like, at a certain point, there are people that don't do enough research into a sponsor in a lot of cases. And I think that people want to find somebody to blame. And because they trust YouTubers, they want to get mad at YouTubers. But sometimes it is a YouTuber's fault, sometimes it's not. It really depends on what the situation is.
Comment section today, after this fiasco, shows you just how much animosity there is still towards him. On the surface, this seems like a case of a mob angry because everyone else is angry. But it's not. Cottonzilla even acknowledges that there is no way for these YouTubers to predict this disaster.
Yeah, everybody agrees with
This is because this animosity has been brewing for these educational finance influencers for years.
Am I about to clap some millennial money cheeks? Except for Brian, the only intelligent person on this freaking panel of bozos.
You have people who claim they no longer watch them. Others...
I love how the reference source is a random guy with his shirt off in his room talking shit about a podcast. It's like, yeah, I see what he's saying? Yeah, you see him? Yeah, that's what people think.
Except for Brian, the only intelligent person on this freaking panel of bozos.
You have people who claim they no longer watch them. Others accuse them of being scammers. Kevin's entire subreddit has completely turned on him. What's interesting?
He was so confident that Tesla will jump over 200 once Elon gets his package.
About this phenomenon is that the criticism isn't just towards one guy. It's towards almost all educational influencers across the board. I'm gonna call them that for the rest of the video. It's shorter and makes things easier. So, why is everyone turned on them? I can answer that question
shady
in 2
sponsors.
words. Greed.
Yeah.
The algorithm. That's technically 4 words, but I never know if people count the and the whenever they use that phrase. Let's go back to 2015, where social...
God, Ty Lopez, man. We'll never escape the effect of Ty Lopez. He's still around. I feel like I'm going really deep underground, dude. I don't know where I am
These
anymore.
scammy salesmen who illustrated themselves as financial gurus.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Wow.
They showcased their fancy cars as they gave advice to their audience. They talked about how they got rich with the spectacular view behind them. This influencer showcased beautiful women, interviewed high-profile celebrities, and seemed to live a life of luxury. The problem with these types of videos were they were always selling something. The promise of...
Yeah, how you want to know how to be successful like them? Tell people you're successful and sell a course on how to get successful. That's how to do it. It's simple. Yeah, sell courses. I wish that like somebody actually went out and did that. That yeah, the way that I got successful is selling courses on how to be successful. So how do you know how to be successful? Oh, I don't. I just looked at what other people did and I figured maybe that would work. That would be fucking funny.
For the lifestyle. And for the low key $1,000 control, YouTube will become a millionaire if you buy my course. It was so salesy and inauthentic. Almost everyone and their grandma knew these videos were essentially ads.
Kind of upset how every detail of this video is so purposeful. The Lamborghini, the garage, the red shelf. You want your money so bad, dude. It's thought about this video a lot.
No.
Well, the thing is like the kind of people that get influenced by, oh my god, expensive car? Where do I sign up? Where do I give my money away? The kind of people that get influenced by that are stupid. And again, if you want a stupid person to give you their
Or
money,
desperate, stupid or desperate.
For stupid and desperate people, that is the most fucking finite resource in their life. Sell them hope, take advantage of them, and they'll give you all of their money.
Uh-oh.
However, by 2016/2017, you had new voices coming into the finance genre, education. They were teaching viewers all about credit, what the hell dividends are, an ETF versus a mutual fund.
And I bet if you look at these videos, they are incredibly accurate and very informative. I bet in a lot of these videos, like, these are good videos.
And all about the stock market. Some of these YouTubers, such as me and Kevin, even did deep dives on some of the scammy salesmen that dominated early YouTube, getting sued by Grant Cardone. These guys were actually carving out their own section in finance YouTube, where viewers saw them as a separate entity from the scammy salesmen. They were educational, trustworthy, and informative.
Sure. I'm here to provide free, easy to understand financial education.
Dare I say, Millennial Dave Ramsey or Susie Norman? This era in finance...
I think that those people, like, a lot of people just don't learn this stuff. Because, like, for me, I'm very lucky, right? Growing up, my dad was, executive at a company, knew a lot about finance, always had invested money, been doing it for 50 fucking years. So, like, I grew up and, like, around him and his friends and, like, my family, like, everybody knew about this, right? It's not a big deal. But for somebody that doesn't grow up with that, yeah, how the fuck are you gonna figure it out? Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
YouTube was. I mean, honestly, kind of life-changing. Parents are immigrants, so their financial advice to me was just save money, credit cards are bad. And school teaches you nothing, by the way. Or maybe they did, just wasn't paying attention.
Well, they do. They teach you about cells, and they teach you about how to divide a fraction in a theoretical situation.
But part of the reason why I opened up a Roth IRA was because of Graham Stephan's videos. I was so annoyed by all the Tai Lopez's promising this unattainable dream, but these influencers were like a breath of fresh air. They actually gave me something practical to use for free that I could do that day.
Yeah.
But there's a problem with sensible education content in finance. You can only do so much of it. Unlike Mr. Beast's content, which thrives as long as his brain works, some genres have a natural limit on the amount of content that can be produced. I believe finance content...
It makes me think of, like, every time, like, there's a teaser or something, and, like, Batty Video makes, like, a 30-minute video about, like, the screenshot of Shadow of the Erd Tree. Or, like, there's a sponsor who's, like, a fucking action creation live stream. And, like, Narc makes, like, 8 videos about it. Yeah. No, this is very true. Because, like, people, it's their job to continuously create content. But whenever you're inside of an industry that doesn't lend itself to that type of mentality, then yeah, you are going to kind of invent things at some point.
That is sensible
Like
and
filler, basically.
educational is one of the genres. There are only so many ways one can explain the difference between a rough IRA versus a traditional IRA, or which credit card is the best for beginners. Take me for example. I think I represent...
You see, like, somebody who does it the right way is like, there's this one guy who's an author in Caleb, and he interviews people that are really stupid with money, and that never gets old. So, like, if these finance influencers want to keep having more content, start talking to people that are bad with money, and nobody will ever get tired of that because they're probably also bad with money, the ones who are watching you, but they're not that bad, and it makes them feel good.
Content secrets.
Sounds so funny. Yeah, there it is, Caleb Hammer. Yeah, exactly.
One type of viewer that a lot of these educational influencers had. I'm an average person just looking for a way to optimize my current income. I'm not trying to take a big risk right now, picking some stock where I can go all in and become a millionaire. I was literally just looking for how to do the basics.
How to do 8%
what I
a
needed,
month
and
for a
then
year.
I kind of stopped watching that. And that's a problem for these guys. As you should know by now, creators are paid based on how much viewership they garner from their videos.
Exactly.
And sponsorships, of course. We'll get back to that. The more views they get, the more money they make. If you have a viewer base that will eventually stop watching you after, let's say, 7 videos, that money is eventually going to be less than it was before.
Right.
I see this a lot in the education space in general. People...
This is what always happens, is everything happens in the context of needing to make money. So you have enshittification of everything. Because you need to do something regularly in order to make money, but not everything needs to happen regularly.
Get what they need, and then they leave. Take fitness, for example. The beginner just getting into gym culture will often watch a fitness influencer to build their own fitness routine and sometimes their diet. After they perfect their form and their routine, there really is no reason to keep watching. This is why a lot of fitness education channels have inconsistent viewership. Channels are a revolving door of new people coming in and out. In theory, this sounds okay because there will always be new viewers. In the eyes of brands, it's not so great.
Well, it's in the eyes of the people that are making the videos, it's not so great. Because usually this is what happens with views on videos, right? Is like, I mean, and everybody knows this. It goes like this.
Smithing Zone 8.
Right? Or it will, like, actually it will go up, and then it will do like this. This is the way almost every video works, is it will plateau out. So whenever you're right here, this is the good time, and this is the bad time. Because the difference between these two is very small. So that's why people keep making new videos for stuff.
Influencer is unable to build a loyal community. They keep leaving after everything they need. This leads to less likelihood of those new people purchasing whatever product.
I also think that this is only a problem for people that are not creative. I think that if you want to exist as an entrepreneur in any field and be successful, especially in a competitive field that has like no barrier to entry like YouTube, you have to be incredibly creative. You have to be able to think of ideas and think of solutions to problems that nobody else has thought of before, or synthesize other solutions that people have and make them work for you in your industry instead. So like that's every business, that's what I'm saying, right? But like it's every business, but it's not every person in the business. That's why I said entrepreneur. So like I try to pick my words, right? Clearly. So if you're trying to exist independently, then yes, you do need to do this. You have to be creative.
However, the fitness genre has been able to solve this.
I once told a coffin could convey its passenger upon a gentle cruise to the velvet garden of the deepest purple. Oh, to slumber in such paradise. Alright, find a coffin. Understood. Not here, I guess. But this is going to lead to another legacy dungeon or just a new area.
A growing community with consistent viewership. Viewers are watching for the creator rather than just the info. So, after exhausting basic sensible topics, these influencers had to target an audience that would actually become a community, like in fitness entertainment. Is it even possible to do that in the genre? The person that sticks around isn't the safe investor who invests long term. Again, they've already learned basic finance from early videos. I mean, you could probably look at any of these guys' videos, sort by oldest, and find that everything used to be basic in education. Today, it's all click.
How to plan for retirement, top 10 undervalued stocks, how to buy stocks for beginners. I don't think this is problematic. Artificial intelligence will job. Like, I mean, yeah, there's obviously a difference. This is also something that's created on YouTube as well, just like through the algorithm.
This is just my speculation here, but I think the person that watches the finance influencer isn't someone who's experienced. And I'm not trying to diss them. Anyone is free to share their opinions on how to invest or whatever. I just doubt that people who are experienced in the world of finance are interested in hearing the opinions from people who make their money solely using content creation or selling courses. The type of viewer that these guys are able to keep are probably beginners, but beginners with this...
Well, that's what they're intended for. I don't actually think this is a diss at all. I think that clearly, like, these guys are not... Like, do any of these finance guys know as much, the ones on YouTube, do they know as much as the guys that are senior partners at Goldman Sachs?
Probably not.
So. Yeah, I don't think they do. Hell no, exactly. No, but they think they do. Yeah, but like that doesn't matter. That's not a big deal. It's not like you don't need an MIT professional or an MIT professor to explain how gravity works. Other people can explain that in a way that's easy to understand for like a layman.
Sense of I want more.